Crazy work, man. Golly. Yo, YouTube, TikTok, what's up, man? Y'all tap the screen for TikTok, share the live. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I say that I'm not surprised, but I'm a little surprised, bro. I shouldn't be surprised at this point, but I am a little bit surprised that it was a black man, allegedly speaking, right, as of right now. But I'm reading CBS 17, right? And it says deputies said Griffin and the victim Ashanti Donnie were living together at the time of the incident. Since their initial investigation, deputies said they no longer believe other people were involved. Donnie suffered second and third degree burns when she was transported to a nearby hospital for recovery, according to the sheriff's office. She is currently in critical but stable condition. Now, at first they were saying that it's like 3 people involved in the incident. Now they're saying they no longer believe that no one else is involved. And honestly, bro, I mean, dudes do be crashing out nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't handle when a woman tries to leave or if she wants a divorce. These dudes do be crashing out. So I'm not surprised. I'm surprised, but I shouldn't be surprised. That's what I should say. I shouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be what it is, because I mean, you see how many guys and how many men, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, are crashing out when they when they having problems with their girlfriend or a wife or something. So I mean, this is sad. I hope they got the wrong guy, but then again, I'm I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, bro. This when I was asleep, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm fasting right now, so I have not ate anything. I have not drunk any water. I'm trying to do a 24-hour fast right now, And so when I woke up, I got a TikTok notification from one of the women that follow me, and she left a comment, and I just happened to see it, and she was like, I was watching your live the other day, and they arrested some guy, and it's a black man by the name of Jamie. And I responded, no, ain't no way. Ain't no way possible that it's a black man. But then why should I be saying that, right? Why should I say ain't no way possible it's a black man? Don't we cover stories over here where it's usually a black man or black related issue? So why wouldn't it be? Right? But again, I'm trying to God, this is sad. Y'all don't stop tapping. Tap the screen, TikTok, share the live, because we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. Which goes into my prompt. Like, hey, women are not protected, fam. You got too many men out here crashing out, bro. You got systematic issues that they face. We got online rhetoric. Zach, what does women taking the same level of rejection have to do with women losing their lives? At the end of the day, a woman is not a threat to a man. Life. A woman is not a threat to a man's life. A man will always be a threat to a woman's life. Point blank, period. I don't care how you try to spin it. I don't care what you try to say about it. You dudes, you men are evil. Y'all have evil hearts, and y'all quick to take somebody's life. More violence always comes through the hands of men. So miss me with that nonsense. Miss me with that nonsense. What does that even have to do with this? I'm not gonna let you ugly, demonic men stop me from conducting a live that we're talking about this woman who got burned by a man. Come on now, let's stop the cap. A lot of you dudes are evil. I can tell you why. Anyway, so again, we're gonna start this off with an apology like we always do. Black women, I am truly sorry that y'all live in these times with some destructive Negroes. Now, with that being said, let's cover what's going on. Right. Let me read the whole thing. Deputies announced that Jamie, I can't pronounce that second name, Griffin 23 of Sanford was taken into custody Friday in connection after a woman was set on fire. According to court documents, Griffin is charged with felony attempted first-degree murder, felony assault with deadly weapon, and intent to unalive, inflicting serious injury, and misdemeanor assault on a female. It says female, but women. According to the sheriff's office, the burn victim, 20-year-old Ashanti Downey, was walking near NC 27 West and Barbecue Church Road on December 16th when someone dosed her with gasoline and set her on fire. CBS 17 previously reported that deputies were told that 3 unknown individuals were involved. Deputies said Griffin and the victim, Ashanti Downey, were living together at the time of the incident. Since their initial investigation, deputies said they no longer believe other people were involved. Downey suffered second and third degree burns when she was transported to a nearby hospital for recovery. According to the sheriff's office, she is currently in critical but stable condition. So she's in critical but stable position. This woman will never look the same. I want y'all to understand it. But this beautiful 20-year-old woman will never look the same because of what a man most likely did to her. I'm just going to say most likely or allegedly did to her because, nothing's set in stone right now. Wink, wink. Nothing is set in stone right now. Wink, wink. Right? Let's keep on going. Griffin is being held in Harnett County Detention Center under no bond due to a domestic violence or DV. Let me say DV for TikTok purposes. Hold since he knew Downey prior to the incident. According to court records, Griffin is scheduled to appear in Harnett County Court on Monday. The family of Ashanti Downey has started a GoFundMe to assist in damages caused by this incident. It has raised over $87,000 since it was launched a week ago. So they have raised $87,000 since it was launched a week ago. Now, here's my question. Here's my question to the manosphere. You know what? Actually, let me do a quick little search, y'all. And let me see what he talking about. How is this simping, you freaking idiot? How is this simping? Anyway, see, black women, that guy right there is part of the problem because I'm covering the story about what a black man, wink, wink, did to her, allegedly. And he calls it simping. He calls it simping, right? On TikTok. This little lame dude. I'm married, my guy. Thank you. To a black woman. I'm not a passport, bro. I'm not none of that stuff. So if I want some, I can get some from my wife. But okay. Let me go type in the manosphere real quick because you know what's funny? Y'all remember them 3 black women that was robbing the stores, and everybody was talking about that. Everybody was talking about that. Now I opened up TikTok. Was anybody talking about this? Was anybody talking about these stories right here? I mean, this story right here. Have y'all seen this being covered, or are they still talking about lashes, bonnets, weaves, and nails? Any men, particularly men, were there any men? Were there any men talking about this story on YouTube, TikTok, anything? I'm just asking a question. So again, where are y'all when stuff like this is happening to your group of women? Because one thing y'all want to talk about is child support, single mothers and stuff like that, but you do not address crime. Why? Oh, I'm sorry. Should Ashanti have chosen better? Is that what you're going to say? Is that what men are saying, that she should have chose better? How you choose better? Now again, I have to use words allegedly. I have to use words allegedly, right? Because this is who they got right now. And again, I'm still hoping that this is not the guy. I'm hoping that it's not a black man. Okay. But again, I would not be surprised if it is. Point blank, period. I wouldn't be surprised. But I have to use words like allegedly. Allegedly. And they were living together at the time of the incident. So that they get into an argument and then this dude crashed out, because men do crash out. Hey, I don't want to be with you anymore. What do men do? Put them paws on them. You mean you crashing out? You get cheated on. You shouldn't get cheated on, but I'm just saying you get cheated on, right? You get to putting your hands on her, crashing out, right? She do any little small thing, crashing out. We have a weak male society going on where a lot of dudes are crashing out. Now, is that a weak man still in here talking about simping? Because I didn't know covering a story where something happened to one of our own was simping, but that's new. But if you want to come up here and talk to me, because I'm going into 2025 with new energy. Like, I don't like you niggas. I don't like you niggas. I don't care for you. And when you get to saying stuff like that, like, come say somebody. Come say somebody. Now, that wasn't a bot. That wasn't a bot. That dude had over 5,000, and he's been up here before. He's been up here before, right? Because again, they don't. If I, I really be covering my mouth. Y'all know I can get a little spicy over here. I really, if I wanted to go full like, what word could I use? Full anger mode. I could set it off. I could hold live saying black men are blah, 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 blah all day, every day as a black man. And I wouldn't care what kind of smoke come with that. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I just call out trash. If they can call out women, why can't you call out men? But they don't call out men. So there has to be some men willing to take on the mantle and call out other men. Now they call that simping. And I'm talking about this, a story. We can't even come together. We can't even come together as black men and grieve one of our own. She not dead, y'all. She not dead, right? She not dead. But we can't even come together and talk about a story and talk about how black women are not protected. Right? We can't even address the goddamn thing, picture in the background with this beautiful black woman who was burned. We can't do that. Because I'm telling you, as a man in this space, if I am not talking bad about women, I am an enemy of men. Well, guess what? I'm an enemy of men then. Like, that just is what it is. That is what it is. Listen, I don't have no red pill up my butt. I'm not a manosphere guy. I don't care about that. I'm not a male activist, right? I'm not a male protector, right? I'm not that, right? I'm calling out the guys because apparently y'all been too soft and you're afraid to call out men. So if you're afraid to call out men, bro, then stay your weak behind inside. Stay off the field. Point blank, period. That nobody said women are perfect. Nobody said women don't do anything wrong. But we call out men. Stop being so much of a punk. Now, I might get yeeted off of TikTok for saying that. But this is sad. And again, I just want to manosphere. Hey, all the men on TikTok. Hey, manosphere and all the men on TikTok. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? I don't see y'all nowhere. I ain't see y'all. Where y'all at though? I thought y'all love black women. Manosphere, where y'all at? I thought y'all love black women. Black manosphere specifically. Black manosphere specifically and black men. I thought y'all loved black women. I thought y'all loved them, but just didn't like them, right? What happened? Why y'all don't cover stuff like this? Did you donate money to the GoFundMe? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Why y'all don't protect women from stuff from harmful rhetoric online? But you're the one saying it, so I know why, right? I know why. Yeah, it said they were living together at the time of the incident, so I know why, right? Because it would go against your grain, right? Because black men can do nothing wrong, right? Black men can do nothing wrong, right? So let me actually type in some of the biggest names in the manosphere, and let's see if they covered it. Let's see if they cover. Okay, so we have this guy. We have this guy talking about Pookies and Ray Ray. Wow. Wow, y'all completely avoided this one. But y'all quick to talk about the black women that were robbing from the stores in California. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Wow. Wow. Concepts of kings and kingdoms. Concepts of kings and kingdoms. Punks. Cowards. Pathetic men. Yes. Yes, sir. I can't hear you, bro. You sound real real low.
How about now? Is it kind of better?
Yep.
I was saying, yeah, hey there though, man. How's it going, man? I see you popping and say black women are not protected.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you say it's fair to say that black women don't want to be protected though, bro? Because they fought from black men's protection?
Nope. So a 20-year-old. Did this 20-year-old woman fight to not be protected by a man, or not to be protected by her community? A 20-year-old woman walking down the street fought to be not protected in her community. That's what you're telling me.
I mean, I don't really know what happened to that situation, but yeah, they did.
So a 20-year-old woman fought to be unprotected by her group of men. She just walking down the street. Really?
I mean, I don't know the situation, like I said, man. So, but so the yes, women did. I mean, be free from black men protection.
You sound real, but
that's something that they did. That's history.
But black men, I know, yeah, black.
That's something that they.
So
that's something that they did. That's written history.
So you know, black men never protected black women. You couldn't even protect them from the white man. That's written in history. You were punks. You were the white man's bitch.
It ain't that black man couldn't. That's the whole thing about it.
No, you didn't. No, they didn't. Because even in slavery, y'all didn't do nothing. You would watch your women get raped and then walk them back in to get raped again.
They're the ones who put us in slavery, bro.
So black women put black men in slavery.
Big facts, bro. They didn't want to follow the black man's leadership no more.
What was your leader? Where was your leadership? You were getting conquered. What leadership?
Nah, what I'm saying, right. Because black men led the way, bro. We built the whole civilization. We civilized the universe.
You put your own
structure, people.
You put your own.
Hold on, let me get it out though, brother. We structured.
You're lying.
Yeah, bro. We did.
You're lying. You're lying. You said black women. No, not lying about civilization. You're saying black women put you in slavery, but you were the leaders. You sold your own people, and then when you were slaves, right? When you were slaves, you still couldn't protect your own group of women. You sat there and took it.
It wasn't us, bro. We got betrayed by our own women, bro. And
no,
the
men
that they used to give us a bad representation was the people that they call Africans, bro. And the only reason how that happened was because they blended us in with the skin color and grouping us and saying we are all the same. And that was a lot. That was the big man's trickery and manipulation. Yeah, bro. See, I'm very knowledgeable of what happened.
You're not. No, you're not knowledgeable. You're really not.
Yes, I am, bro.
You're not because y'all were punks. Okay, you got buck broken, right? You got raped in front of other women. I mean, other your whole group of men, and then you watched your women get raped, and watched the babies being taken out of her, right? And didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing.
Bro, bro? That's cap, bro.
It's not cap. You could not defeat the white man.
Bro, you ain't listening. Bro.
I am listening. So I am listening. Black men portrayed black women before we even got over here to these Americas.
Bro, I was already here in America before anybody ever even got here.
It wasn't all black. It was black people over here, bro. Nobody's denying that. But as a collective group, you've been portrayed your own group of women.
Our women wasn't going through anything over here on this side of the land.
Okay.
Back in those times.
All right, bro.
They came up with this bright idea that it would be so cool.
Yeah, have a good one. Have a good one. I ain't got time. Listen. Y'all forgive me. Black men, y'all forgive me. Black women, y'all forgive me. When a nigga come up here and go to the extreme, I'm gonna go to the extreme too. But I'm trying not to do that. Right? But when you come up here and say black women put us in chains, and then I say that y'all got buck broken and couldn't defeat the white man, you can't get mad at me. You can't get mad at me, because if you're not going to address what the self-hating dude says, right? Because I didn't take the live that far. You can't get mad at me for meeting fire with fire. You can, but you got to use wisdom, bro. You got to use wisdom. I didn't take it there. He wanted to say a 20-year-old woman fought to be independent. We're talking about a woman walking down the street, getting burned alive. Well, it's her fault. It's her fault, right? It's her fault, y'all, right? So y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all gotta forgive me. If a dude take it to hell, I'm gonna take it to hell. Point blank, period. Any more losers? Any more losers? Any more men that want to say something dumb? Right? Because I love how we have a woman that has been burned allegedly by a black man, right? And the nigga didn't come up. I don't know that situation. But you want to say that she fought? Dude said, I never heard of Nat Turner. What does that mean? I have heard of Nat Turner. Y'all still lost. You know, Nat Turner he had some wins, but overall, you still lost. Like, what are you talking about? You have no kingdom in America. You have no political power. You lost. Matter of fact, as many lives as we sit here talking about how we're oppressed as black people in America would show you that you're still lost. You have not beat oppression. You have not beat these systemic and systematic issues. The heck are you talking about? To this day, you still suffer in America, right? All right, then. What are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? If you gonna talk, y'all talk about what we go through as black people over here and blah, blah, blah. And then when I say it, you never heard of Nat Turner. What are you talking about? So you did not win. You're still suffering over here. And it's not funny. This is not a laughing matter. This is not a laughing matter. Because I did not take it here. I did not take it here. He did. He did, bro. He did. Don't get mad at me. We're the creators of civilization, but yet got conquered everywhere on the planet. And ain't did shit to get it back. Ain't did nothing to get it back. This wasn't even supposed to be no debating live. Talk about the woman. This is why I don't talk to niggas. This is why I don't talk to niggas, because niggas go come up here and deflect and not give a damn about they women. Address the damn prompt. Or address the story. This ain't even supposed to be about history. This is supposed to be about a woman who got burned with y'all stupid coon behinds. I didn't say anything negative until that dude came up here and said something stupid. Go ahead, my guy.
Excuse me, I was just waiting for you to keep talking. Honestly,
no. Are you foundational Black American, or you an African?
I'm an African man.
Nah, you have a good one. I ain't got time. I already know how this gonna go. I ain't got time. I'm not gonna do that. Black Americans, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't know nothing about. I don't know. I don't know. Hey, I ain't got time for it. This story ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Nothing to do with y'all. I'm talking to Black Americans. Foundational Black Americans. I'm being serious. Like I'm not starting a diaspora war. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not gonna do that. Not doing that. I ain't got time. I'm talking to Black Americans, fam. You know, I'll give him a chance. Since I'll give him a chance. I'll give him a chance. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna mute my mic. Go ahead.
Can I speak?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to give me a second, please. Would you wait a second? Like I said, at first I would just wanted to talk about the topic that what you said about like Black women are not protected, which is honestly true. But the thing first of all I want to say like that all Black people are not protected in America. But I heard what you said later. That's all I wanted to say, to be honest. And then you just come out directly like, I don't know what you meant, like just because I'm an African, you don't want me here.
I didn't say those words. I didn't say those words. I never said I didn't want you here.
But you said you wouldn't waste time on me or something like that. But
yeah, because usually,
yes.
Yeah, because usually when I have conversations with Africans, I know the disdain that Africans have for us, and I know the disdain that we have for them. And I understand that though we may be the same color, we are not the same people.
I would say we are the same people, but we face the same problem, but we do not face the same exact problem. Both of us have oppression upon us. You may have it in America, and I may have it in Africa. At the end of the day, we still have a common enemy. Whether you like it or not, you're still my blood. You still come from my ancestors. So it is a fact.
Okay.
Seems like you didn't even give my point. But like
I hear you. I hear you.
But do you agree with me that what I'm trying to say?
I agree with you to some extent that y'all face issues over there in Africa as far as being, with the man, and we face it over here. But as far as we don't have the same culture,
absolutely not. My culture is like, personally, I'm a Somali man. Somali in Ethiopia, if you know it. If you take both of us, we are really like neighbor, and we still have different culture. We have different religion. So I don't like the idea when people like, unfortunately, Black American or African American, when they say like we have different culture, we have different.
Well, I didn't start that. My people didn't start that, right? My people, Black Americans didn't start that, right? So if you can say that you don't like that idea, but we've heard what Africans say about Black folks, right? And we say about we hear about what Somalians said about Black folks. We hear that y'all say that y'all the original man and that our blood is tainted with the white man's genes. So like all of that has been said on if you want to do the both sides thing, you can say that too. Whatever. So it's not, so when you say we don't care about what black, we're taking what we heard from over there. We heard what Akon said. I mean, it's like, come on now. We've heard what people over there on that side have said about Black Americans. So
I know, but the thing is, what people hear, what you people hear in America, you only hear the loud one. You never hear the people who generally care for other black people in America. You only hear the loud one, just like I said. Now, what you're referring about the Somali people who said that, you only hear the loud. You do not hear all people. See, I'm going to be honest. What you're going to do, what you did right there, you just based a whole ethnic group for a couple of people, refugees probably in the West. Which we do
they weren't in the West. They were in Somalia. What are you talking about? I mean, we heard what Somalians heard about, and we heard what Africans said about us over on that side. Matter of fact, even on TikTok, when they're in their own native country or continent, right? When they're over there and they're butting into conversations over here, telling us we need to come. No, we don't need to do anything. We got issues over here. Y'all got issues over there. If you want to talk about all that uniting and stuff, we can.
No united needed, to be honest. It does not mean you have America, which you have been there for a very long time. You own America as much as you own the white man, and you should not give it up just because you have been oppressed. That's a weak sign. Anyone who says about unity or anything like that, they're just a silly kid with a foolish dream, which cannot be united. It is impossible. Look at the Black American, to be honest. None of them know where they came from, if they are Hamite, if they are Amazigh, if they are Somali, Afar, Oromo. They do not even know what they are. And they only just say like culture. And culture means not that. No, excuse me. Culture means everything, of course. But even in Africa, we have different culture. You know what I mean? As like I said, like my neighbor here in Ethiopia, if I go there, they will hate me because I have different culture. I have different future type or phenotype. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we are the same people. Just like the white man, the American, he is united with the European, but they are not like united in Europe. They're united by business. One has it in America, one has it in Europe. To have such, like I said, such foolish dreams that you must come back here, you will not gain anything from coming back here. You will only gain hate. People will just look down upon you. And fun fact here in America, if you do not know your ethnic or your clan group, you will be treated like a, I don't know, say this on what is it called? Non-human. You know what I mean? No one cares about you if you do not know who your ethnic or clan group is. So for you to come back here is like is a stupid idea. You can look it up at Liberia. Look how you fucked up the whole country because of culture distant and ideology difference. So like what you said about unity, just completely stupidity. And it's just my honest view on it.
Okay. Understood. So what did you want to say about Black women or the story?
It's an unfortunate thing, of course. You can see it everywhere. Wherever we go, we see that us men, we have always found a way to oppress our women, whether we clown them by how they look or how they speak, even though they do it because of us, because it's like everything would happen. Look, I'm a bit old-fashioned, to be honest. You know what I mean? What I see is like a woman's action is whatever happens is upon us, and this is what we have done. You can look it up wherever you may go. You see like those goddamn stupid Negroes or black people. They're gonna be like white snow bunny, and they'll be running over people, and then they hate where our sisters have those wigs or when they have those things and all of that. But who have put those insecurity upon them? It was us. So it's like, and this is what happened to her. It's an unfortunate thing. It happens everywhere in the world. Mostly, to be honest, us black people, wherever you go, Africa or America or Europe, we are so like stupid. We have this disgusting culture. It's just like from the Stone Age, where we gotta put your hand on your woman and stuff like that, which is unfortunate. But like I said, it is not upon them; it is upon us, and it is it is a culture, unfortunately.
It is our culture to oppress our women.
It is that. It is not like a culture, but it's something that have been like like the sense, know what I mean? Excuse me for my English, not good, to be honest.
You good?
Thank you. But it is not a coach. It's like something like we haven't let this go of this, like they are under us or something like that. We haven't even seen them as equal, unfortunately. That's why a lot of people see, like, if they put their hand on them, they'll be like, oh, I just do it because I care about her, whatever. The thing is, us men, unfortunately, us black men, we always find a way to like degrade it. I don't know what to say. Like, put them down, our women. It's unfortunately a part of our culture. But just like I said, yeah, that's actually all I wanted to say. If you do not have any question or anything, I'll say thank you for having me.
No, thank you,
like
bro.
your work.
Nah,
Keep your work.
and I appreciate you, and I want to apologize for not giving you a chance first time, man.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I get it. I mean, myself, I've seen a lot of Somalis that are embarrassing us, telling this and that and this and that. But you just gotta remember, you only hear the loud one. That's like you always remember that in your head. I myself, I had also different views about the black American culture, to be honest. With all due respect, in my eyes, I thought that all you people was like ghetto people, honestly, with all, no offense. But then as I get more in the life and I get, like, I've spoken, and I have been in the US to do like a pilot test, because unfortunately we do not have it here in Djibouti. So I was there and I've seen the people. They are good people. They are like civilized people, just as I. And there was also people as my people was ghetto or like warlords. So you have in the culture. But the only thing I just want to say now, I'm just being happy that you only hear the loud one and do not put like your whole view or opinion just on the loud one people. You always hear the loud people and ignore them. Unfortunately, they are foolish people. Okay. And that was it, brother. I wish you good luck if you do not have any questions, and salam.
I appreciate you for coming on, man. You have a good day.
Yeah, you too, sir. Bye.
All right. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Y'all tap the screen, share the live. Address the topic, please, when y'all come up here. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that.
Agree with what?
But that black women are not protected because race and gender is a protected class. But what's the? I guess what is the authorities have? What is the story? Because I'm not familiar with this.
Wait, well, why don't you agree that black women are protected?
You're saying black women are not protected.
Yeah.
That's what but they are protected.
How are they protected?
By race?
No, by race?
Gender?
Wait, why do our babies die in the hospital more than any other group of women?
No, sir. You're saying black women are not protected. We're a protected class. Black is a protected class. Gender is a protected class. You know that, right? That's a federal law.
You're not understanding. Okay, so do black women face...
Is there no federal law saying that black women are not protected? That race is not protected?
Black women...
What
group of women disappear the highest?
My question.
No, you're not listening to what I'm saying. What group of women lose their babies in the hospital more than any group of women? Name it. Say it. Say it.
I don't have that statistic.
That's black women. What group of women? Okay. What group of women come up missing? What group of women? What group of women come up missing the most?
I don't know.
Have a good one, bro.
Oh, you.
When has the law protected black people? Even when they change the laws, they get around the laws. Okay, I don't understand that. I address the freaking topic. And bro, I can take it. I can take it there if you want me to. Black women are not even protected by their own group of men. Matter of fact, we get online and say that we should not protect our own group of women because they're not ours. Black women ain't ours. We shouldn't protect our own group. They fought against our protection, nigga. They fought against. That's what we get online and say. What are we talking about? Black women not even protected from online rhetoric. And matter of fact, if some of y'all dudes, a lot of y'all dudes, if you see something happening to a black woman, you probably pull out your phone. Ain't about no action jackson, pistol packing, Negro slapping. You ain't about none of that action, right? So miss me with that nonsense. The heck are you talking about? When a woman comes out to say that she was great, it's don't believe her. Don't believe her. The Me Too movement, BS. These women be lying. Hey, but you know, the law. The law. But I mean, but again, that's black men for you. That is black men for you. Any more Negroes? Because again, I love how nobody is coming up to say, man, what happened to this woman is a sad situation. I wish that there was something we could do. Maybe even, you know, say, hey, you know, I'm gonna donate to the GoFundMe. I love how y'all can't even protect this woman on this live. I love how there has been nothing said about this woman, Ashanti, right? But one thing y'all want to come up and do is talk about, I don't believe it, the law. The law. Federal law. Look at these sundown towns where black truck drivers are coming up missing. I looked into a lot of those. A lot of black truck drivers are coming up missing in these sundown towns. Never delivered to a sundown town. Anyway, as a truck driver myself, never delivered to a sundown town. Point blank, period. Now, again, is there any more, let me not say self-hating Negroes. Is there any more black men that want to come up and say something? Because in a second, I'm finna start letting up women. Any brothers? What's not a flex? What's not a flex, man? I'm sorry. What you mean a flex? I may have took what you said out of context. I think what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. YouTube, what's up, man? I appreciate y'all for rocking with me on YouTube. Thank you. Yeah. What he said? Wait, somebody said something. Young men with different babies. Wait, what? Young men with different babies from different women. Who said anything about being? Did somebody in the comments talk about they got multiple babies or something? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know what. I don't want. Any man want to come up and challenge me for a second on TikTok for a second? Besides the last one, because he believes that black women are protected, even on online rhetoric. He believes that black men protect black women. So, you know, whatever y'all say, bro. Whatever y'all say. Whatever y'all say. I got you in a second, Fire Spirit. I'm gonna send the link for YouTube as well. Don't just give me a second. Y'all tap the screen. Y'all tap the screen on YouTube. I mean on TikTok, share the live, because again, sad. Okay. Seem like no brothers. Seem like the brothers are cowards. So what we're gonna do is see how women come up and handle the prompt and the
Hello, how
story.
are you?
Doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
No problem.
May I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I want to explain to the last BOK man that came up here exactly what you were saying. For instance, this BOK woman up here, right?
Mm.
She got set on fire. Does that seem like protection to you? You talk about always laws in place for the protection. Her getting set on fire is not protection. BLK women have the highest DV rates out of all the women, the highest SA rates out of all the women by BLK men. That is not protection. That isn't protection. You mean to tell me if a law stopped people from doing things, then there wouldn't be prisons? There wouldn't be prisons if laws matter. It doesn't matter if a law is in place. They're going to do it regardless. A law is not protection. You understand that, right? Them not doing the crime in the first place would be the protection. Or if other BOK men saw other BOK women getting hurt and they came to the forefront, that would be protection. But a law made by a white man is not protection. I'm sorry, baby. It ain't. It ain't. Laws don't matter. If they did, there wouldn't be criminals breaking them. That is not protection. As a BOK woman, I don't feel safe when I go outside and pump my own gas. Does that not feel crazy to you? Your mama don't feel safe. Your granny don't feel safe. Your sister don't feel safe. And you go and turn around and tell her, oh, we protect y'all. And it's thousands and thousands on top of thousands of BOK women missing around America. And we protect it. Look at that woman right there. You see her? Do you see her in her graduation fit? Got set on fire. But you want to tell us we protect it. That's all I had to say. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. You have a good one.
You too.
I love how, she came in and addressed the prompt. All right, somebody said, what's the background story? So if this is true, allegedly, let me read y'all something. Let me read y'all something. Because watch this. Watch this. Wouldn't this add more weight to the conversation? Deputy said that Griffin and the victim Ashanti Downey were living together at the time of the incident. Since their initial investigation, Deputy said they no longer believe other people were involved. The biggest threat to a woman is her significant partner, which is usually a man. Nobody blamed racism. What the hell are you talking about? This dude is in the comments talking about don't blame racism. I said they're not protected. And then I also said they're not protected by their own group of men. Matter of fact, black women not even protected by their own dad or grandpa. We know how the men be getting down in the family with their daughters, aka touching. All these goddamn stories of a woman explaining herself. Oh Lord. Look at this guy. Yes.
Man, all I gotta say is, bro, we done as people.
Why you
We
say
done
that?
as business. Ain't nothing to change. Nothing won't be changed. Fuck it.
How is nothing to be changed?
Because we put so much effort into goofy shit, but we ain't put more effort into stopping black on black crime.
There are people that get online, especially our group of women, and get active in the community addressing black on black crime. First of all, there's no such thing as black on black crime. You know, crime is crime. But I get what you're saying for the sake of the conversation. Now, there are so many people in our community that speak out against these things, all these marching, all these community activists that we have, right? So we do address the problem, especially women, because they're the biggest activists in the community.
But where's the action? That's the thing.
What you mean, where's the action? The men have to get on board.
So niggas down in the streets, bro, can't do shit about that shit.
Black mothers are crying and doing community activism, trying to bring awareness to these situations. So I don't understand. Whenever there's something happening going on in our communities, who's usually the ones at the front to bring awareness to the situation?
But what has changed? Nothing.
That seems like a man problem.
Exactly.
So black men are cooked.
Yes.
Oh, well, bet I ain't got no argument. No, I'm just playing, but let me not be a deviant. Let me not be a deviant. Fam, if there's guys like me up here talking and right that love to bring awareness to these situations, right? And then you have other men that do it as well, and other men that actually get more active in their community than me, then there's still a chance, right? You shouldn't just say, oh, it's over, don't do nothing about it. You never shut up. You never be quiet. That's how we would have never got out of slavery if we just shut up and take it, right? Which some men and women actually wanted, right? Was just to don't do nothing, don't retaliate, master. Don't do. No, you always keep fighting. You always keep fighting. So for you to say there's not no hope, no, I wouldn't say that.
Black people are done. We are done.
So when you're saying, okay, so you keep saying black people are done, but then you're saying, when I said this, you said black men are cooked. So is it black men that are done, or black women that are done, or black people?
Both.
If women are fighting for things to get changed at a higher rate, and they're moving in one accord, but the men are not getting on board, who's done? How are both done if one side is trying?
Trying what?
All right. If one side is trying to bring awareness to these issues that we are facing.
What awareness? What awareness? That's what I want to know.
These conversations are happening. You can look. Do you know who's on your city council? What black people on your city council and stuff like that?
No.
Have you ever participated in any type of community activism?
No.
And how old? And how old are you? How old are you?
23.
Oh yeah, you got much to learn. You're young. I'm young too. I'm 28, but I'm just saying. But I wouldn't say we're cooked. Not yet.
We are.
Okay. Well, I mean, if that's what you stand, you know, I guess so. So what's your goal? You still going to get married to if black people are cooked? Are you still going to get married to a black woman, or are you gonna?
Absolutely. But not everybody is down for that. So
you're not giving. So black people are cooked, but yet you're not going to give up on them.
I'm saying married don't got nothing.
You're not going to give up on black. You're not. So wait, black people are cooked. You saying black people are cooked, but you're not going to give up on black family or black love.
That's my experience. I don't care
what that. Okay.
I try to tell them, they don't want to learn.
That's why I don't say we're cooked, because I married a black woman, and I believe in black love, and I'm in it. So I don't. Why try to attain something that's still part of black people if you think that we're cooked?
Okay, what's the solution then? We talk about solutions all day, but we never do it.
Well, one of the biggest solution is that black men have to police their own country. I said own country, own neighborhoods. Either create a new police force or join the police force and request to police your own neighborhoods. That is one of the biggest solutions. When we start there, we got to get rid of the no snitching. One, we got to focus on education, right? And we need to stop moving to the white man's neighborhood and start investing into our own.
Or we could put some of them little youngest to sleep. That's what we need to do.
I can't talk like that on this space. But there are conversations like that happening. You said put some, wait, you said, wait, what? Put some of the young ones to sleep?
Yeah. The dudes that person right there, that man in the picture right there. Dudes like him.
Well,
gotta go. Or if you want to fix something, dudes like him gotta go.
I believe there may be a time where you have to go to war with your own group of men. I
gotta go.
I'll stand it. I can't talk like this on this platform. But there are conversations that are being had like that in other spaces where organization is being talked about. Mm-hmm. But even if not that, brother, policing your own neighborhood will be a start. We have to police our own neighborhood. We can't keep moving out, and we need to reinvest. We can't keep just moving with the white man, right?
I don't care about the white man. Yeah.
What?
I honestly don't care what white people do. I don't care. At this point, people don't want to learn, don't want to change, don't want to do better.
Okay, so you're with the everybody can't go crowd. Yes, which again, a lot of us over here believe that.
Yes.
Okay, so again, you still have to police your own community. Even if they can't go, you still have to police your own community. You have to make an example out of them. And I'm not saying corporal punishment or nothing like that, but you need to mark them as an enemy, and we ostracize them, and we move them out, and we make their names known. Point blank, period. That way, if he or she goes into another neighborhood, that she'll be an enemy of that neighborhood, or wherever she goes, wherever he or she go, they're made an example out of. Now I say he and she, but we know the problem is mostly men. I'm just trying to coddle niggas' feelings right now. So wherever he is doing something crazy, we make an example out of him, we ostracize him, he gets kicked out. We have to do that. One, we got to get rid of these gang members too. But until people are really willing to do that, that'll be a problem. There are practical solutions to our problems, brother.
The more this keep happening, we can't change shit though.
Have we not changed a lot throughout history?
Fuck no.
Malcolm X didn't accomplish nothing.
That's years ago. I'm talking about now.
Well, I'm talking about his people. This is the most educated group. Well, let me not say that. We got access to things that they didn't even have. We got social media, right? We got ways of organizing. We got conversations that can be had, but yet, right, in a time where we are more connected, we are so divided. All we got to do is flip the script. Have more positive and intellectual conversations, right? Talk about community organizing, police our own neighborhoods, but we cannot thrive without police. Yeah, that's your biggest start right there. If we don't police our own neighborhoods, nothing will change.
Too bad that'll never happen. Nobody don't want to.
There are people that's having these talks and trying to do it. I think you just don't know that these talks are being had on how to do it. But again, I appreciate your perspective, brother. I ain't dissing you or saying nothing like that, but I appreciate you.
I'm not here to be cold. I'm just telling you what it is.
Okay. Well, but I appreciate you coming up, man. You have a good one.
All right.
I feel his pain. I feel his suffering. And if it was real, if it was authentic, I understand what he's saying. Right. I understand what he's saying. So I don't have a problem with necessarily what he said. Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What about yourself?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on your panel. I was just scrolling through TikTok. I was just looking at your topic here. It's interesting.
Go
Go
ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, give me your input.
Yeah, the last guy who was on here, I was listening to what he was saying about how the community's cooked and everything.
Mhm.
And I believe that I'm an active clinician, by the way, so I work in the community, and I believe that you can't save everybody.
Okay.
You got to move forward and focus on the people that want to be saved. You got to focus on the people that want to build.
Mhm.
And I think we're trying to save each other because we're doing this black thing. And don't get me wrong, I love black people. I'm black myself. But it can't be the entire premise of what we need to do. We got to focus on the people that want to be saved. For example, whenever I'm in the lecture hall, I always tell my students, I never failed a single student in my entire career of being a professor. I'm only going to give them a grade based on the work that they do. And this is how we have to look at our communities. We're only going to be graded based on the work we do. We do have a lot of problems in our community. I hear about it all the time. I work with young men that want to be entrepreneurs, and I try to get them to understand that we have to first find a way to own land. We also have to have trades. We need that. Now, I teach things like writing, public speaking. I teach them how to present themselves so that when they put themselves in front of people that want to listen, that want to give them the loans or whatever, they'll know how to articulate their points well. That's what I do as a teacher. I'm going to give you an example, sir, of why I believe that the young man who said what we were cooked. I'm going to give you an example why he said that, and I kind of agree with him in a way, but then also I agree with what you said when you said that we have to fix it from within. Some years back, I was part of a tenants association, and we were being treated unfairly by the landlord at the time at the complex where we were at. So me and 3 other people, we got together, we put together a tenants association, and we were supposed to go to a lawyer and talk about the conditions of whatever we were going to do to get things to change in the community, the little community we were living in. There were about 400 tenants there, and we were supposed to have a rally, and we were supposed to protest. But somebody squealed, or somebody ratted us out and told us when we were going to do it. So what they did was, on the day we were supposed to protest, they had a community day. So they had a lot of, they had like those bouncy houses and all that other stuff. And the same day we were supposed to protest, have our little strike, that's when they had the community day. And the funny thing was, after the press came, we got our pictures in the paper and everything, most of the people that were protesting with us, they didn't go back to their apartments, and they went and participated in the community day. They put their signs down, they stopped protesting, and they just joined the festivities like everybody else. And ironically, those people who did that got evicted. So the mentality of our people is, this is a joke. They don't take anything serious. Not all of them, but all the people that went to the lawyer to put together the petition, only 5 of us came. 5. Out of all those tenants, 5, only 5. That's how serious they were about their community. That's how serious they were about changing things. And unfortunately, I learned the hard way that we have to start with ourselves first. There has to be some kind of conviction. I do what I do with conviction. I teach with conviction, and I work in my community with conviction. I get laughed at. Some of these panels I go on, bro, they laugh at me. But they just showing me how serious they are. They don't even take themselves serious. That's why they look to comedians and sports stars to solve their problem. We got plenty of intelligent people in our black community, but do we take ourselves serious? I just wanted to share that with you, brother.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, wouldn't be the first time something like this happens. It happens all the time. But did you read about the story that happened with this woman?
Yeah, I read about it. It's pretty crazy. Because that, and then there was the whole thing on the subway in New York. I'm in New Jersey, by the way, so New York is like maybe 40 minutes away from me. But that's really crazy. And so what would you say? Do you think it's a lack of black fathers in the homes? What would you say it is?
Black fathers in the home for what?
Like to raise the boys and raise them up and give them ethics and try to.
I don't believe a father has to be in the home just to be part of his child's life. I believe there's nothing that can stop a man from being part of his child's life. Not the court, not the damn. I don't care how crazy the woman is. There is nothing on this earth that can stop me as a man from being part of my child's life. What I do think should happen, right, though, which is a little bit of an extreme, and I'm not trying to say anything too crazy, but I believe since men say that they're the better parents, I think women should relinquish their parenting rights and just drop their babies off with the fathers and tell the men to figure it out with the leaders, right? Just drop the baby off with the father. We got it. That's what we say.
Yeah. No, totally, bro. No, when that's what needs to happen. But the problem is there's a double-edged, there's a caveat to that too, because as you know, like I know, and I'm sure you know, that these our women are not going to give up. They're not going to give the kids up because number one, it's a paycheck, and number two, there's a lot of things with leverage going on and everything, and they want to be the keeper of the children because they feel like they have control. And I'm like, I don't have children myself.
What
I'm not married.
So when we talk about child support, are we really talking about? Is that what we're doing? You said there's a paycheck.
No, not just child support, but also it's when they do their tax returns. See, I have a lot of students.
Okay.
Yeah, they do their tax returns and they have dependents to take and claim, you know, and then they're like, oh, don't claim him, don't claim our son because I claimed him first, you know. That's what I meant. That's all.
Well, I haven't heard any talks of women should relinquish the. I've not ever heard that talk ever, that women should give up their parental rights to all fathers and let them handle it. I've never heard this. I've heard that, you know, single mothers are doing such bad jobs raising their kids, but I've never heard an extreme take that, hey, women, just drop the kids off with the father since we so much better and we got it from here. Never heard that.
Yeah, me neither. I think that I always look at the numbers too. I look at the CDC and because in the lecture hall, I can't talk about this stuff unless I talk about the numbers too. You know, I go to Black demographics and everything. And the whole thing is, I think there's a sense of ego. And then I think I always tell my students that morals are ambiguous. See, everybody talks about morality. Nobody talks about ethics because ethics tell on us. Ethics show us who we really are.
But why, if single mother, where are the dads?
Well, the dads, are we talking about, or now what are we talking about? Dads overall, or are we talking about a certain group of dads?
I'm not talking about that CDC statistic. I'm talking about as far as the single mothers, and we're saying single mothers are doing such a bad job, right? Where are the fathers that's supposed to be part of these kids' life? Where are they?
The fathers, from the numbers that I've seen, I'm not going to use the CDC, but the fathers are absent because number one, they didn't want to be parents in the beginning. They were having a good time. Okay, that's just what it is.
Yep.
No. Hey, men do horrible things, and I'm a man, and I'm saying that, and a lot of brothers don't agree with me. Like, look, y'all messing up. Y'all need to take charge and do what you're supposed to do. I got a brother right now. He got 5 kids. He ain't doing nothing for none of his kids. I want nothing to do with that guy. Because the scriptures say I don't know if you believe in God or not, but the scriptures say if you don't take care of your own kids, you're an infidel. So
it says he who does not provide for his own, especially those in his own house, is worse than the infidel. And that scripture is applied to Christian men only.
Yeah, well, I don't look at it as Christianity. I look at it as,
well, I mean, it would because infidel means non-believer. So when you refer infidel to who, it would be talking about Christian men. But if you're not a believer in Christ, you may not fall subject to his teaching. So infidel just means anyone who doesn't believe in the God of the Bible, which is Jesus Christ, Yeshua, whatever you want to go by right now.
Right.
But I stand with you, but that's part of the problem. I don't think because she's a single mother that, you know, that's the biggest problem. Now it may be a problem to an extent, but again, The problem, where's the dad? If dads are so important, then dad should be there.
Right. You know what the problem is? We can't make fathers be just like you can't go to a company and make them pay decent wages to their workers. They have to want to do it. You know, like let's say they're a small company and they make bread and everything. I know there's one in New Jersey right now. And the employees have a stake in the company. They have a say in the company. And then you go to a bigger company owned by people who don't even live in the same state or much less live in the same country. They don't care. You know, even if there's a union, they can buy the union workers. They can buy the union reps off. You know, it's crazy. So you can't make people be ethical. You can't make people be honest. They have to be convicted in their heart and they have to want to do it.
Or you ostracize them. You punish them. You know, you have a standard, because there was a lot of things going back in the day. I'm just pulling this one example, right? There were times years ago or even a few years back, if a man was not taking care of his child, the block is pulling up. If a man is putting hands on a woman, the block is pulling up. If you're messing with kids, you're going to disappear. So I don't know what to, you know, we can definitely make an example out of it. You can't fault, but you can make a damn example out of somebody. You sure can. You sure can.
Well, another thing that we have to look at too is I often talk about the stages that you want to call this United States, this government, this experiment, this corporation, whatever you want to call it. There's different stages that we went through before we got where we are today. And I think the last straw was the World Trade Center thing, because that was a false sense of unity and freedom. And then after that, everybody just stopped caring. Nobody cared anymore. First, we were bold in the 80s. We were looking at a new horizon. We were with the whole Reagan era. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what generation. I'm Gen X, so I came up in the 80s.
I'm 28.
Okay. So you're probably are you Gen Z or millennial?
Millennial.
Gen Z. Oh, okay. All right.
Barely millennial.
Yeah. So what happened after that was in the 90s, we had this huge ego. The middle class people were eating where the rich people were eating at, and then once George Bush Jr. got in office, that's when things went crazy. And I'm not a Democrat or Republican, you know. But the whole thing is, I sat back and watched all this happen when I was when undergrad years ago. And then when the World Trade thing hit and the whole invasion of Iraq, and it was right in everybody's faces, the United States government, they were going in there for the oil. They didn't care. They lied to everybody.
Well, let me just get it back to the topic real quick.
Yeah. I'm just using that as an example, as you know, why people are the way they are today.
What solutions do you have? Or do you agree with the prompt? The black women are not protected.
Our women are not protected, and there's two factors to it. The first factor is the men have fallen asleep. The watchmen have fallen asleep. Okay, we're supposed to be watching the city, protecting the walls of the city. And really, we don't have any cities. We're just occupying space. We don't own any land. We don't own anything. And the other thing is we have women out there that are unruly. And unruly people cannot be protected. So I talk to the men first. I always talk to the men first and tell them they need to get on their game. They need to do is stop joining these pyramid schemes, cryptocurrencies. Stop trying to do that and do it the right way. Go to the bank, take out a loan like everybody else, and do the work. But everybody wants everything right away, and this is why we can't build anything, because everybody wants fast money. Whenever we have something valuable, somebody dangles money in our face, they want to sell it.
So forget the unruly women. What do you believe most women are disorderly, disruptive, and not amendable according to unruly? To discipline or control.
I believe there are many women that are disorderly.
I'm talking about the majority, though. Do you believe majority of women fall under unruly?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in my family, and I see them on campus.
Stop letting people up. I'll let them up when I let them up.
We good?
Yeah, y'all mute y'all mic for a second. Now, again, do you believe that majority of women are unruly?
Absolutely.
So the majority of women, and what are you applying this unruly to? The fact that some of them are single mothers, or
Well, you have to look at the paradigm that we're in. Feminism is one.
Oh God.
And the other one is, and secular society teaches us that we don't need to be interdependent and everybody's out for themselves. So that's where it comes from. Those are some of the places that it comes from. There's so many factors, but if you want to look at the main ones right now, if a woman does not value herself, if she does not know her position and her worth, or she looks at being submissive or as being under a man's thumb or something like that, because submission is by choice. If you look it up, submission is willful. You have to want to submit. Just like if you want to go to God, God's not going to force you. You got to go to him by yourself. It's not going to be easy. There's some things you got to do that you may not want to do, but you got to do it. So that's really what it's about. And people just don't want to do it. They want to do what they want to do when they want to do it. They don't want any rules. They don't want any structure. And that becomes a problem. It's like if you go into a courtroom, you can't go in there mouthing off at everybody. If you mouth off at the judge, you're going to be held in contempt. You're going to get 30 days in jail. Then they want to cry and complain when they get held in contempt. No, you should have conducted yourself orderly.
So are most men unruly?
There are men that are extremely unruly. Oh yes.
But are most men unruly?
Most men are unruly. Yes,
Okay.
they are.
So this is a double. So this is where you're being even on both sides. So most men are unruly and most women are unruly. Okay.
Yes. And
So-
I'm not gonna.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, but I was saying, so as far as black women being protected, are you saying that some of it is their fault that they're not being protected?
Some of it is, yes, because they are unruly. And when black women walk around saying, I don't need a man, well, you're just letting them know, okay, you don't need us, protect yourselves. Now, it ruins it for the other women who want to be protected. And I believe like this.
What does I don't need a man mean?
When they say I don't need a man, when they say I don't need a man, this is what I've learned from the statistics and what I've seen doing the research. When they say they don't need a man, they're basically saying that they're independent until something goes wrong.
That's not what that means.
What does it mean then?
That's not what that means, bro.
Okay, what does it mean?
For so long, bro, if we contextualize information and contextualize history.
Okay,
right?
just tell me what it means.
I don't need a man means I don't need a man for to be for independence, like to operate on my own. Because at one point there were no laws women couldn't do nothing, right? They couldn't work, they couldn't have a bank account, they couldn't have land, they couldn't do anything. So now they're saying I don't need a man to operate in society, right? Nobody is saying, or women are not saying, I don't want men if they see something happening to me or someone. I don't want someone to not protect me, right? That's not what nobody is saying. When we start looking at the statement, I don't need them. And then also, if we really contextualize history, a lot of women say that as a motivational statement because, hey, the dad is a no good dad, right? I have this child. He don't want to participate as far as taking care of this child. So she's saying, I don't need a man to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get the job done. I don't have any help, right? And the help usually came from a man. I'm going to get the job done. So when they say, I don't need a man, that's not a bad statement. No, they don't need a man. I don't need a man to cook. I don't need a man to clean. I don't need a man to pay bills. I can do that all on my own. Nobody ever said they did not want a man. Well, there's some women that don't want a man, like they divested, they want to be single. I'm not excluding them. I'm talking about the majority. The majority of women are not saying I don't want. And that is the ego in us men, because some of them are saying I don't need a man. We're taking as well, if you don't need me, then I can't do it. Why do we want to be needed? That's a problem. We should want to be wanted. You're still valued. If you're doing what you're supposed to do in a relationship, she still wants you. Need versus want. So it's not a bad thing that they're saying I don't need a man. They're not saying I don't want a man.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. And what's more important, what we need or what we want? Because want usually goes
in a relationship, right? Wait, hold on. You know what? Do you need man for survival? Do women need a man for survival?
As far as what? Just
basic survival. Basic survival now in today's time.
Well, men basically run society, so yes, they do need men.
Why? Wait, that don't make no. Do women need men to live their life?
No, they don't. But
Do
they
women
a
need
man.
a man to breathe?
Do they need what now?
Do they need a man to breathe?
They need his.
I said to breathe.
No, they don't need
They
a man.
are women. Do women have their own autonomy?
Of course they do. Yes.
Oh, okay. So again, what do they need a man for? Then they can go. There's people hunting, right? So if you want to say like, well, the men are the mostly ones in the work field, well, we got to look at history. Why men have always only been the ones to work over here, and there were laws where they could not work or do anything. So you have to contextualize that. But as far as paying her own bills, she can get a job. As far as cooking, she can go to the market and buy some meat or whatever she trying to eat. She don't necessarily need a man to go do these daily things, right? You're not needed in that way, right? If you want to really, if she wants to have a child, the only thing she would say, you need your sperm, but does she need you to have a child? She can go to the sperm bank with that. That still comes from a man, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, then you can say,
so
okay, well, to have a child, you know, she got to get the man's sperm and blah 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 blah. But if she don't want to have intercourse with the man, she can go to the sperm bank. I mean, I'm not saying that's a. I'm not saying that's a. I'm not even trying to play the moral card that this is a good thing. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying, hey, technically speaking, going to that, she could do that as well. So
no. I'm not disagreeing with you at all. I mean, we all have autonomy. We can all make
yeah.
our own choices.
So men are not needed. My wife don't need me.
Well, let me put it this way. Let me just put it this way. Even though I'm not married, even though I'm not in a relationship or anything like that, I know as a human being that we're better off together. You know, now if people choose to be by themselves, like me, that's fine. Okay. But the thing is, a lot of people say, oh, Professor Worthy, you're not married, you don't have children, so you don't understand. I said, okay, well, let me ask you a question then. Why are married people coming to me asking me for advice and I'm not married? You know, and I'm like, okay, let me ask you another question. Why do women go to their single girlfriends, married women go to their single girlfriends asking for advice and they're not married? So it doesn't matter who tells the truth. The truth is the truth. It doesn't matter who it comes from. You can be married, single, divorced, whatever. So no, I'm not
go back to need though.
Yeah.
We not needed. That shouldn't be offensive. And I don't think a woman saying I don't need a man, because and here's the problem with this whole I don't need a man concept. When it comes to a woman getting hurt, we don't know what the hell her social media is. I can't assume based on what the hell women are saying that if she's walking down the street and she gets hurt, right? She is one of the women that said, I don't need a man. That's stupid, right? If you see hurt being happen to a woman or anyone, a child, whatever, you have a obligation to, if you don't want to get involved, I know a lot of niggas punks nowadays, call the police. See it, but intervene, yell. Hey, stop that, do something, right? So there is nothing that a woman ever said in history that will qualify women as a collective to not be protected. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
No, I get it. And the thing is, life is all about choices. It's choices and trade-offs. You can get involved, you cannot get involved. You can be in a relationship, you cannot be in a relationship. But I believe that we can do more if we work together. And Black women, they need their Black men. Men and women need each other. That's the way it was meant to be. And if you believe in the Bible, then you should know that men and women need each other. But God also has an order.
That actually, even in the Bible, bro, every person doesn't have to get married. There is nothing that says, yeah, we're supposed to work together. Yeah, cool. I got you. But I don't have to be in a relationship. I can enter the pearly gates being single. I could be a virgin my whole life. Matter of fact, they speak about people who do this, right? Which is eunuchs, right? And you have those people who have devoted whether you believe it or not, there are people that have devoted themselves straight to the Lord and only the Lord, never experiencing sexual pleasure. And
yeah, but we all know. Well, we got to be realistic here. We all know.
But you can't. The point is you can. That's what I'm saying. I don't have to be married to go to the pearly gates. I don't have to be in a relationship to be in accordance with God. I don't have to.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you about that. I'm not in a relationship myself. I'm focusing on my career and everything. I'm focusing on helping my community. That's what I get joy from. Okay, it's just a lot of people out there who can't abstain and can't control themselves.
Gotcha.
Now, you're gonna do it. If they're gonna do it, they should do it the right way and get married and create families. But we know, based on our culture and what's going on, we know people are not doing that. And that's what I'm trying to warn these young men not to do. But it's really up to them whether they want to do it. But yeah, we need, and we need each other. Men and women need each other. Okay, that's just what it is.
All right. Well, that's fine. So I'm trying to get back to the prompt. There was a lot that was said,
Yeah.
but I don't think, basically I don't think that women should not be protected based on what this whole need thing happens. That doesn't qualify. So when I say black women not protected, I'm not even talking about on a freaking I'm talking about on every scale. I'm even talking about our women when it comes to the hospitals. Our women coming up missing. Our women being subjugated to attacks like this, and the attacks are coming from people who look like them,
Right.
mostly the men. So I could go to the extreme and even say black women are not protected by black men. And then we start looking at little girls in their families, how they are being touched by their men. That's a freaking problem. And how a lot of the boys are being touched, right? Sometimes it's a woman, a lot of times it's a man. Most of the time when these disgusting and egregious acts happen, it is through the hands of a man. That has been historically true. And in today's times, true. I'm not saying all men. I'm just talking about the acts of evil usually has come through the hands of a man. Because I know some people will say something stupid and go, and I ain't got time for it. But anyway, I really don't want to go over this again. So women that's up here, if y'all are up here, we're gonna address the prompt. Joker, you go first.
Hey, Pumpkin. So, oh Lord, black women are not protected. I don't care how you all want to slice, dice, put it into your little contextualized boxes, but we're not, right? We're not protected from each other. Black women from black women. We're not protected from our black men. There is this whole thing about how we all choose to see each other, right? But we're not protected. We are the most. Everybody wants everything from us, but when we start speaking about the things that happen to us, then we start coming up with all of these excuses about why these particular things happen to us, right? And how we never talk about how we can prevent it. We only want to talk about, well, what did you do? What were you wearing? What did that look like? So we go through the who, all the 5 W's and the 2 H's, but we never want to sit down and actually address the daggone problem as it is. And people get so caught up when they see black women are not protected, when they see things like that, they want to come and windmill all over the freaking place based upon their own personal perspectives, right? And whether they can, have access to black women or not, how they get access to black women, they want to come and they want to windmill down about it. And then it all starts becoming, well, you don't deserve to be protected because you didn't do this and you didn't do that and da-da-da-da-da. Well, then at the end of the day, if you're telling us that we don't deserve to be protected, then you can't say that the prompt is wrong. If you come up here and you want to whine and cry and lay all over the damn floor and windmill and shit about, how your wigs, weaves, nails, eyelashes, and unruly folks and folks not acting right and every goddamn thing else, and you just proved that point. The prompt right there. You proved it. So have a damn seat. You spoke exactly to it, right? But when we talk about protection, a lot of you all only think of protection as being a physical manner, because that's how a lot of you all think that you need to show up in your lives. That's why you can't conceptualize anything else, because the only way that you think of protection is in a physical manner. Hell, you can't even protect your own goddamn self. So ain't no way you about to come out here and protect nobody else. But you can't conceptualize that there's anything else outside of a physical form, right? Don't protect mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, none of that, right? So I love it when I hear people say that, okay, we can't protect you because you did X, Y, Z. Then me saying that we're not protected, you're only telling me about how you think, right? Based upon your interactions with black women, which a lot of y'all really don't even have interactions with black women and I mean a real engaged interactions, right? Not the girl that you work with, not just walking past, you know what I'm saying, and seeing a chick on the street or whatever, this, that, and the third. I mean, actually engaged interactions with Black women to actually say who can and who does not and what does not deserve to be protected in all of the measures that protection actually comes in. Are they protected from you, right? Are they protected from themselves at the end of the goddamn day? Because I mean, shit, we got to protect ourselves from ourselves. Because a lot of times we get out here and we come up and we do a lot of stupid ass stuff, right? Trying to be Black-minded and Black-ish and everything else, that we will give up ourselves and everything that we got going on just to get out here, just so that we can ask somebody to come out here and protect us in some shape, fashion, and or form. But when you all see people attacking us, and it doesn't matter in what manner that they are attacking us, right? When you see that happening, whether it's on this app or whether it's, you know, in your personal lives, y'all don't want to step up and say anything. Folks don't want to step up and say anything. Then all of a sudden it becomes all of this other BS about, well, you know, if you wasn't wearing this, if you wasn't looking like that, if your mouth wasn't like this, if this wasn't that. So it's always a whole bunch of back and forth. And it never makes any freaking sense. You have this particular young lady that had gasoline thrown on her and she was set on fire. 70% of her body, second to third degree burns. If you've never had a second to third degree burn, then you don't understand the agony that comes with that, especially when it comes down to third degree burns. And this is all over her body. But instead of focusing on, okay, this is what happened to this young lady, and this shows how, you know what I'm saying, we're talking about laws protecting people. Well, hell, anybody about to whip out no damn law book and be like, hold on, wait, let me, civil rights. Chapter 7 of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Chapter 7 said that you can't throw gasoline on this Black woman and burn her halfway alive. That's silliness. And it's that type of silliness that y'all be just out here just drowning under. I mean, god dang. Point blank is Black women are not protected. No matter what your personal interactions are, you cannot sit there and say that this is not a true statement. You cannot say that. You want to go down what you consider to be your historical context and CDC context and research and stats and all of this other BS or whatever, instead of just saying, you know what, okay, I can see that. But now, and then y'all always want to come and ask for a solution. What the solutions to this? What's supposed to be done with this? It's a solution to it. But then turn back around and say that the victims are, you know what I'm saying, they're victims of their own circumstances. That's weird. Yeah, y'all mad weird. Mad weird with that.
All right, little commercial. Well, it's not a commercial, but y'all just tap the screen, share the live. Continue to tap the screen and share the live. Very interesting conversation. I agreed with what Joker has just stated. Pretty sure majority of the people in here agree. So y'all tap the screen, support the panel if you want to, and we gonna Zena, I see you, but let me get Gina in here because she was in here first. Is that how you say your name, ma'am?
No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I can wait. Just call my name and I'm gonna answer. I'm playing Call of Duty right now. So
all right, but Gina, is it Miss Gina or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's an interesting topic. I kind of feel like the underlying issue that a lot of people don't like to touch on because it's sensitive is that I really feel like a lot of Black men, not all, really don't truly love Black women for who we are as people. And the reason why I say that is because if you love something, you're going to respect and protect what you love, right? A lot of Black men feel like we are beneath them. That is not love, that's contempt. If y'all look up the definition of contempt, it is feeling like someone is beneath you. So you cannot simultaneously love and have contempt for someone at the same time. And then also, I do feel like there are a lot of data and statistics that have been misinterpreted. A lot of, racist rhetoric is, Black men commit more crimes. However, nobody brings up the statistic, I'm sorry, I can't talk, that more Black men are exonerated compared to other men. Mm-hmm. So that's not telling the full story, and it's painting a narrative that may not necessarily be true. Of course, there are bad moms. There are women that, just don't really have any morals. However, we also got to look at how did a lot of this start? Who started over sexualizing women in our community to begin with? Was it women or was it men? So, for the people, for Mike, I know you were mentioning earlier, stuff that happened in the past. Let's look at who led us down that path. Yes, men are leaders, and a leader can lead people down the wrong path. And that's what path we've been led down. And I do feel like a lot of women just resort to that because we feel like that's all we can get. We can't hope for actual companionship. We can't hope for actual relationships. We're getting told every day, you're worthless. Nobody wants to be with you. So why would a woman wake up and be like, I'm getting told every day that I'm worthless. Nobody wants me, but I'm going to still hope for this potentially imaginary person that's actually going to love me for me. And a lot of women don't want to admit that because it's embarrassing. It's really emotionally raw. But I talk to women who have this persona online. Oh, I'm going to do what I want. I'm just going to date, F men, all this and that. And they're crying at the end of the day because they're lonely. They really want connection. But I think that's part of the issue is that a lot of men are being taught, whether it be by their moms or dads, that women are beneath them and that we're supposed to just be their stepping stone. And it also goes back to the Bible. We're being taught women come from a man's rib. We're being taught we're not full human beings. Our purpose in life is to help a man. And so when men see, hey, that's not really women's purpose in life, they're angry. How dare you not be my stepping stone? Like that's what's going on at the end of the day. And I just feel like the conversation is it's more so about how do we see each other? You know what I'm saying? And even the conversation about the kids. A lot of the statistics about kids being raised by single moms can also be said for parents who raise children in extreme poverty. A lot of it has to do with poverty, the environment we're in, and also single means not married on paper. That does not mean that that woman does not have a man around. That means they are not married when we are looking at these statistics. Am I right?
Yep.
Or, yeah, I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't have no problem admitting when I'm wrong, but there are a lot of dads that are actually in the home that are not marrying these women. And also, how can we say that Black men are a part of their children's lives and then also turn around and blame everything that's going wrong in our community with these children coming up on the women? Are they a part of their lives or are they not? Because those two things cannot be simultaneously true. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out what the narrative is because I'm tired of hearing it. I wish that things could change, but as long as Black women are seen as, beneath the men, nothing's ever going to change.
Y'all give me 1 second. YouTube, forgive me. TikTok, forgive me. Some guy just went to the extreme, and y'all know I try. Who led y'all, your own people or your white tea counterpart? So if you're referring to women, right? Who led Black people to change? Can you let me know that, Mr. Litman? Because I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to use that to say that white women to feminism, Black women, and all that stuff. Okay, well then, if you want to keep saying stupid stuff, well, let's go all the way back. Who led Black folks to change? Who led their wives into the white man's house? If you can answer that conversation, if you can answer that for me, I'll be waiting. Don't go to hell with me. I'm not the one. Zena, go ahead.
So here's the thing, right? First, I'll say no, Black women are not protected. Being told that because you have multiple baby daddies or you're infertile or even you are or you just haven't, you're not worthy to be chosen is not protection. The moment that I decide to say that some of these men don't deserve to be married to or even have any children because of their attitudes, I'm the bad guy. I would need y'all to understand that when we say we are not protected, we mean that shit. It's because you have a woman who understands her protection from you that you give her does not mean that she's protected outside of you. So you can be the greatest man in the world when it comes to your woman, but if you're absolutely crappy to other women in the world simply because you don't have access to them, you are not a good man to be around. Because the moment that you choose to show other women that they are not protected around you, it means that if anything, your wife or your woman, and I'm saying in general, and I'm not saying you already know it's, and I don't repeat you from this because I see how you are as a man when you see your wife. The moment that your wife decides to not be the type, not be that woman that you want her to be, that submissive woman that you want her to be, you will turn on her and treat and show her that she's not protected either. So like it all goes to how men see women as accessories for them, and them also being how they are to other women. So I just don't know why we keep having this conversation, because Malcolm X said it perfectly. Black women are the most disrespected, unprotected beings in the world, and yet we're also the same one that people will come to for advice, or even having some type of knowledge to get from. So either you want us to be for you, or you don't want us at all. That's literally the only thing that I'm gonna say there. And as far as like the unruly shit, everybody's unruly. Men just have no consequences of being unruly, while women are literally persecuted for everything, even in self-defense situations. We literally just had a woman who is sitting in jail right now for recording her rapist because she was in a two-party state.
Give me 1 second. So my G, you up here again. That pandering and stuff that you're saying doesn't affect me. But I'll address it. I want you to go tell the men that's over on that side that always talk bad about black women to stop pandering to black men. I want you to go over there to the weave, bonnets, lashes and nails, single mother rhetoric and all that stuff. Tell them to stop pandering to men. Tell them to stop trying to be the next Kevin Samuels. He dead, you're here. Do better. J Word.
What's the word? What's
going on, man? What's your opinion?
What up, everybody?
What's going on?
You hear me?
Yes, sir.
So I got a few things to say about the prompt. And I'll start by just kind of taking a more rhetorical approach, right? Because I think it's important to point out, at what point do you think in history were black women not protected? And I think you have to take a real genuine approach to that, because if you can't answer that, then you have to then move forward to, was there ever a time black women were ever protected?
Well, I could take it all the way back. I don't think women were ever protected.
What era of time do you ever
since the beginning of time? I don't think women in societies, like we can look at how long religions have been around. I don't think women in general were ever protected since the establishment of cultures, communities, all of it. So we can take it as far back as you want to.
So this then, does a 304 need a pimp's protection?
So if she's a 304, she don't deserve she don't deserve protection. Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking you, does a 304 get that protection from her pimp? What protection?
I don't understand the correlation.
You're going to have to clarify by what means.
Well, time out. Wait, hold on. So put it like this: if a woman is a sex worker, right? She still deserves protection. Like she's there to perform. She's using her boxes as currency. And I'm saying box women, not out of disrespect, but I can't say
right.
I can't say the word. So she's using her access to what she got to get paid. Now, if somebody comes in and beats her or whatever, she still deserves protection because she was there to perform a task. And matter of fact, you say does a 304 deserve protection from her pimp? Yes.
Do she?
A 304 does deserve protection from her pimp. Yes.
No. The question is, does she get it? Meaning, if she has a pimp, do she get it?
She does. She does. Because
some level of it.
No, wait, hold on. You know why she gets it? Because that's literally his product. That's literally his product. Even though it may not be in a way that we would think is protection, but for him to protect his product, he's going to do that. Because anywhere that she goes, he has to be around her to make sure that he continues to have his product. Like, yes, he does get protected. Like, yes, he does.
Okay, so let's
Vina.
let's
Hell no. This is y'all just be saying anything. No, you hold on because I was already talking before you started talking, Bookie. Don't do that. This is why this is so like it's so silly at the end of the day, right? A pimp may or may not, whether it's his product or not, he may or may not. He might protect the top bitch, but he might not protect the bottom bitch, okay? And if they were fully protected, we wouldn't be finding them somewhere dragged out in daggone fields and everything else and coming up missing and this, that, and the third. So please, he truly cannot always be there. And he's not even honestly protecting them because he's like, oh, you're such a good person or whatever. It just makes no sense to even try to add this to the damn conversation if we're trying to contextualize anything, right? A pimp in a 304, whatever relationship that they may or may not have, has nothing to do with Black women are not protected. Okay, that is just the silliest thing to even try to draw a correlation between those particular two ideals. One has nothing to do with the other. Okay, does a madam protect her male pimps? I mean, her males when she has her male prostitutes? Not all the daggone time, right? What we're talking about, point blank. And again, when we talk about protection, protection is not just in the forms of anything physical. Y'all get on my nerves. Y'all really do, because y'all just come up here and just be saying anything, just trying to have a goddamn point. Where the fuck? Just trying to have a goddamn point, and they said a motherfucking thing. You didn't want people. No, wait,
Yeah, I should have clocked it. Thank you for clocking it. I don't understand it, but I was so
just say so,
I was
and
gonna
we'll
clock.
hold your hand and we'll walk with you.
I was gonna rock with it. Like, where is this going? You know.
Oh, no, yeah, because I was taking it somewhere and she quickly jumped.
No. We ain't gonna do that. Go ahead. So, but I don't understand. Black women, whether they are 304, whether they are sex worker, whatever field they in, goddamn, you could be the CEO. Black women, just the fact you're a Black woman, you're not protected.
Well, right, and what you did was you conceded to one of my points, which is that this is a form of protection that you can recognize, right? Because you just said a few minutes ago, hey, they don't get protected even throughout with historical context you can refer to. Mm-hmm. So they're not protected at all, women in general. So when it comes to establishing a middle ground for what you consider protection is, I gave us an example that everyone can kind of get on board with, because now I'm about to take us to another degree. Because now the next point is, well, and I'm going to address what the young lady said a second ago, but what I would like to point out is, well, are Black women protected by anyone else?
No.
So you're saying that they're not even protected from, let's say, the power structure that currently exists?
I addressed that. I even brought up the hospitals. I said, why are their babies why are they facing death in the hospital and their babies more than any other demographic? We already addressed what they what's going on with there, right?
Right. But again, if just to address what the young lady said earlier, if these 304s are working the streets and they are assaulted or something was happened to them, they do the protection of the because they are present. They are now.
No, they don't. No, they don't. But like it's and or. It's yes and no when it comes to bro. Who's the biggest threat? Oh, I got you. Who's the biggest threat to women in general? Leave out Black, but just in general, who is the biggest threat?
Are you going to postulate and say it's men? Is that what you're going to say?
But I was going to say what it actually is, though.
Based on what, though?
Based on statistics and studies, the biggest threat to a woman is usually a person she's in a relationship with. And since most relationships are heterosexual, yes, it's going to be the man. That's usually, it's someone she knows. It's someone she knows that she's in a relationship with or a situation with. You can look that up. It's usually her partner.
I would actually push back. I'd like to push back on that. And
I can push back against studies.
To women and men's existence in general is abortion, right? The unaliving of children.
Wait, what? What are you talking about?
because if you're going to make this,
We're not talking about eating of the fetus, right?
Yeah,
We're
but
talking
what I'm
about the
saying
biggest
is
threat. I'm talking about a full-grown human being that is here. The biggest
that
threat,
not a threat?
the biggest threat to a woman, right, is her partner. And the problem that you're having, though I may not believe in abortion, right? The biggest problem that you're going to have with articulating this conversation is that an atheist or just people in general does not believe that a fetus is human life. So you're going to have a hard time trying to have that type of conversation. People don't believe that an embryo is
topics, right? But assuming that there are some that don't believe that there's, let's say, an early point where life began.
There's a lot of them that don't.
I'm saying there is enough of these type of procedures that happen later past the conception point or the point where we can agree life began, to where you can actually prove logically that this is the ending of a life, whether you agree with it or not, if it was earlier. So my point is that that's truly the biggest threat to women.
So abortion is the biggest threat to women,
men and women, because that's the ending of a life.
So the woman is the biggest threat.
Remember, you don't
itself.
discount, right? You don't discount the men or the women over each other. It's a life, right?
So the woman, so black women and y'all, because I've heard this rhetoric before. So black women are y'all are the problem. Y'all are the biggest threat. The procedures,
right?
The procedures that's happening, y'all are the biggest problems, and the biggest threat to life.
Right?
Yep, that's supremacy.
It would have to be the black women. The black women actually have the most needed babies.
Right. So we talking about a fully autonomous human being here, and we're going. So now we're going to the womb, right? Okay. Joker, we can't hear you. Your mic is breaking up.
Yeah, somebody's breaking up.
I'm curious.
I'm not even trying to play the abortion.
No, I don't want to go to both. I want to address your point, right? But I'm just pointing out what would be considered the number one threat. Now, if we're going to address,
So then we stay on black women are not protected. So then we stay on black women are not protected, right? If you don't want to go to the AB topic.
So should I say this?
Why you brought up,
Black women that are walking around.
I don't know why you brought up the AB topic when that's over 40 plus years. If we're actually going to talk about AB, white teen women are the ones who do the most ABs every year on par with anybody else except for black women, because black women usually do not have the money to get an AB. Usually most black women are raising those children whether or not they can afford it or not. Please stop doing that. If you do it again, bring up any topic that's not a part of black women are not protected, I'm dropping you.
Let's put it like this. Let's put it like this, right? So let's put it like this. Black women that are fully developed on this earth, a person outside the womb, right? A woman outside the room is unprotected. Is that better?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, well let's address the ones on this earth.
I'm going to address your point.
All right.
However, I think it's very important to create this distinction so you know, right? Just to test the logic that's one of the critical flaws in the argument, right? And now, just to point out that if you're claiming that these black women are not protected from black men, then
I didn't say black men specifically, though. That's the problem. I'm just saying they're not protected.
I asked earlier, right? If you believe that they're protected from anyone.
Nobody. They're not protected from nobody. Even Joker said that they're not protected from nobody. Joker brought women into the conversation. Joker said we're not protected from ourselves sometimes. And she even said sometimes we're not protected from our own group. I just said she said everybody. I said black women are not protected from anybody.
It's very important in this conversation to understand the difference between feel, right, and the actual fact. So black women may feel as if they're not protected because
red pill logic.
They're just generally emotional. But the facts don't support that conclusion at all. As a matter of fact,
if that doesn't support the things, which gender is usually the one crashing out, right? A woman is not, put it like this. I'll put it like this. Based historically, since you want facts, historically and even today, a woman is not usually a threat to my life. Point blank, period. But you know who is a threat to other people's lives historically and to today's time, and you shouldn't even have to do statistics to even look at it. It has usually come through men. Point blank, period. So when you talk about field protected, you start looking at how many black women have disappeared, right? That's not the unprotected. 1 out of 4 black women are SA. And I believe that it's actually 2 out of 4. Just a lot of women haven't had to come out with it. But let's just go by them. 1 out of 4 women experience SA. Then when we start looking at systemic or systematic issues that they face, so look at the hospital, so look at everything. Black people, who's usually being affected by these things? Black women. Point blank, period. So you wanted facts, I gave you facts.
Yeah, but your facts, if you actually understand them, they support my position. Right?
Okay, word. Just right quick. Is my audio still
You got it.
Nah,
Yeah,
you're good,
you sound static. Well, somebody sounds static. J-Word, mute your mic real quick. You sound like, no, it's J-Word. You got the static, bro.
Okay, because I was like, I'm hearing a lot of static. And I get where you're trying to go, and I'm going to help you out with this, right? Because as I stated earlier, protection is not just in the form of a physical act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're talking about ABs, as you're trying to draw that into the conversation, ABs is a physical act. Get it, got it, good. And there are multiple ABs performed, you know what I'm saying? All over the country. It's probably what's happening right now for all we freaking know, okay? Whatever. Not my monkey, not my circus. However, considering the fact that, again, protection occurs in all different types of facets. Now, if you want to go and draw that line, let's just take it there, right? If you are supposed to be protecting a woman on all levels of protection, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially, sexually, all of that, spiritually, right? If you're supposed to be protecting her on all of those levels and you pop a baby up in her and then you leave her because you have decided that at that point in time, this is no longer your call to life and you're not ready for that particular thing, or that woman was just for fun, as you all always like to say, even though 9 times out of 10, most of the people who end up single parents are freaking in relationships anyway, and the person just decided to decided to leave, okay? So if you are protecting her and you pop a baby up in her, and then you leave her to have to try to figure all of this out for her goddamn self. You at that time did not protect that damn woman. No matter how you want to, cross your X's and, dot your O's and your T's and everything else, you failed to protect at that point in time. So because you failed to protect her, she failed to protect the life growing within her. So we just gonna have this conversation. If we're gonna draw it out, let's all put our balls on the table at the same goddamn time, right? So if you want to talk about it or whatever, like, oh, well, they're actually the biggest threat because they're the ones having all of the ABs and everything else. Well, clearly you can't have an AB because you can't get pregnant, but you still failed to protect that woman. So you failed to protect her, and she failed to protect that child. So here we go. We just got a nice little conundrum, right? Got a whole little cycle going on. You failed to protect, she failed to protect.
Time out.
All just the same.
Time out, though.
In the bag.
Hey, Magic, hold on, J-Word. Magic, I don't understand y'all or men's need for authority, because y'all keep saying protection requires authority. No, it doesn't. If you see harm, nigga, you can stop it. You don't even got to put yourself on the line. If you yell, make enough noise. If you see something, hey, stop that, something. You don't have to be in an authoritative position, right? To stop harm from happening. What are you talking about? And matter of fact, never mind. I'll bring up this other statement later. I'm saving it. But J-Word.
Yo.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot to unpack here, guys. So I'm just going to try my best to get through as much as I remember. So I'll start with making that same claim that you were just addressing, that Black women that are submissive, they are the ones that are protected. Because most of these women who claim to be Black women, for one, are probably
when did I say? Who said?
Nah, I'm rephrasing what you're saying, but you're saying that the protection comes from a position of authority.
Right? I didn't say that. I was addressing a question.
That's what he said. He said protection does not
have to come from a position. Protection does not equal authority.
I don't know if it's my mic or something, but yeah, that's the second time I have it. I'm telling you that I disagree with you. I think that the women that are protected they are the ones that are submissive to their black men, and that's how they get that protection. That's what I was going to point out first. And then, of course, I was going to point out that just to re-explore that idea of community, because you spoke about that earlier, I would definitely point out that Black women are protected because they are part of a larger community, which includes other Black women and Black men. So if they are part of the community, which not a lot of them are, right, then they will become protected, because a community essentially is formulated by families. And then, of course, by that being the most minute structure of the community, they can get that financial, spiritual leadership like Joker was pointing at just a second ago. So those are where I leave my two claims.
So we talk about this whole submissive woman stuff, right?
You sound super far away.
No, I just let me just say one thing. Submissive woman. You have a lot of women who have been submissive to their partners and still end up dead, right? So you have, again, I just said, whether you believe in the concept of marriage or not, the biggest threat to a woman is her partner. And since most people are not part of the community, right, the LGBTQ, if most people are heterosexual, the biggest threat to a woman is her partner. That has been proven in statistics. The biggest threat to her life and her existence is her partner, which is usually a man. Okay? And I can only assume that these one, I'm not saying every relationship is perfect, but these women are doing what they got to do in a relationship. They trying their best. Everything ain't perfect. That's what relationship. No relationship is perfect. You're gonna have ups and downs. I get it, but the biggest threat to a woman, which has been stated all throughout statistics, all throughout people who look at these numbers, is a man, her partner.
Let me ask you, all right, how would you then be able to support the claim that the biggest defense that women would have in these scenarios would be, let's say, by men? Or how would you then begin to unravel that? Because there are no stats that would be able to explain the thwarted attempts on a woman's life or freedom. But these things were a regular occurrence during, let's say, things like slavery, when dudes would just straight up crash out in Brazil and just knock off the whole plantation with everybody else. Or, for example, even during the Ma'at, right, where they were trans-navigating through the Atlantic Ocean, and it was just like Sparta out there, right? It was just going to take everybody down. Mm-hmm. So how would you then be able to reconcile those two things? Because, of course, on one hand, you can claim that they are in a vulnerable position with the people who are their closest to, right? But then what about these things that can't be?
I got you. So throughout history, you can see through history, right, that Black men and Black people had some wins sometimes in defending their own group of people. You got situations like Nat Turner and all that, but overall, you still lost. So there were attempts at protecting. There were things that happened that Black women and Black men did, right? Got a whole Underground Railroad to show that, of people trying to protect each other. But overall, you lost. And if we literally are addressing saying what we are suffering, right? What we are suffering today, right? As Black people in America, systemic issues and stuff like that. Wouldn't that prove the point that Black women are not protected? And if our women will keep being on the back burner of the death, 1 out of 4, SA'd, even in their own family, right? The hospitals, the biased treatment that they receive in the hospitals, all of that. Wouldn't that go to show, hey, Black women are not protected? I think you still prove my point.
But actually, I think you exposed another flaw in your argument, which is, well, what agency do Black women have over their protection, right? Because now you're claiming that Black women have never been protected. And the only true example we have on record for this discussion is the one with the 304s and how their pimps could protect them. So with the example,
what do you mean? What do you mean on record? What do you mean on record?
Joker literally debunked that.
What do you mean on record?
I gave my I gave her a perspective.
Wait, on record? How many black
We
women
don't
have
have that on record. We do not have that on record because well, technically we do, but Junker debunked it by stating her statement and giving actual context of what it is. So no, we don't have it on
is
record.
protection
Once it's debunked,
slapping?
it's not on our record.
But time out. Forget the pimp stuff. Again, yeah, we act like women weren't getting essayed by their own family members during the dark ages and stuff like that. We act like that stuff don't happen. So again, women have not been protected even by their own family members.
Okay, but
What are we
then
talking
now
about?
that's what I mean about the flaw in your argument, right? Because
There's no
if
flaw.
if we're going to say that, we then also have to point out that a majority of the world's wars were fought by men. And by them winning
Started-
those wars, they have protected their women.
You can, bro, who started by men? Started by men. Started by men, fam. Men have already men have been the problem.
Providing proof for my point, not yours.
Men have been the problem. Name some wars started. Have most wars been started by men or women, bro?
They've been started
Don't
by men.
Don't capitulate. You're right. Okay, cool.
I'm answering the question. Men started these wars, but they did it to protect their women. Again, proving my point.
There were situations that could have been done. There were situations that every war did not have to happen.
So are you going to sit here and make
Every war did not have to happen.
that wars, they are not fought to protect the people of their country?
No, they are not. No,
Nope.
they are not.
They're
No,
fought for
not.
greed and
Where-
resource. They're fought for greed
Yeah, they're
and
fought for
resource.
Wars historically are
I tell you what.
wars are historically economic.
As retired army. Let me just go ahead and help
That's
you
crazy.
out.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
As retired army.
That's crazy.
When they started OIF and OEF, right? When OIF first kicked out, you know, when that was for us, it was Operation Iraqi Freedom, okay? And then OEF was Operation Endurance Freedom, right? Over in Afghanistan and then over in Iraq. That war started because they were trying to protect
Crazy.
the women of the United States. I'll even take you back. Let's go back to the first Gulf War. We actually had two. The second one didn't really get a lot of, fanfare and stuff because it ended just like the first one. It ended just as quick as it started, right? We'll even go to the Panama Canal. Let's go to the Panama Canal, right? Let's go ahead and let's go to the Vietnam War. Let's go to the Korean War. Let's go ahead and go to God. But either way it goes, right? I'm not gonna forget the whole damn history lesson, right? Point blank is when all of those were started, protecting the women of their land was never, ever on the table. It was never a part of the conversation. It had nothing to do with protecting women at all, right? This was over land, oil, money, greed, corruption, and everything else. Women point blank, not just like women point blank. It wasn't like, hey, so you know what? We're gonna go over there, we're gonna fight these people over in Iraq because we want to go ahead and protect the women over there from what's going on over there, right?
Mhm.
Hell no, the women were not. Now they fell under us because as you go into villages and do things like that or whatever, you're kind of like, oh, well, now the villagers are protected while the men were also there in the villages not protecting they all. But anyway, I won't go there. I digress.
See, we can also talk about how both sides in the war, the men were raping the women on either side. So I mean,
Even in the Bible itself, it tells them to go to war and ask the spoils, right?
Mhm.
Spoils go to the victors. Take the women. Take the women, especially the virgin ones. I'm not even going to finish going down that way because, again, I don't understand how you cannot just simply stick to the prompt, which is Black women are not protected. You out here talking about wars now, and you talking about the transatlantic slave trade and everything else that has still nothing to do with. And then you actually even brought up agency, right? And you started on agency, but I don't think you could finish it because you don't really understand what agency is. So you had to pivot to another point. But however, you were starting on, and I was actually waiting. I was sitting quietly trying to wait on you to finish out this. Don't women have agency or autonomy, right? Don't women have agency over themselves, but you never finished it. So honestly, before you try to go back down about wars and transatlantic slave trades and everything else. I would actually like to hear about this agency. That shouldn't women, don't women have agency? So finish that thought.
I'm not even trying to hit it. Like I want the question answered because I find it funny that this beautiful young lady is still on the goddamn background, right? We have clear examples that Black women are not protected by even their own group of men, and usually it's a family member to hurt them. But yet somehow we keep pivoting. If you don't, so you believe Black women are protected. I don't.
I do believe that they are protected.
All right.
But again, with the caveat that these are the women who are submissive, right? They belong to that core community.
What the hell are you talking about, bro? Your first community is your family. If most women have been touched by a damn family member, what the hell are we talking about? I ain't trying to be, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be spicy.
Well, all right.
I don't know. I don't. Hold on. Time out, Jay. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be spicy, but I gotta say this. I don't know what you mean by submissive at this point, because what is a 5-year-old little girl? What is a freaking 4-year-old little girl? A freaking teen? What is she supposed to be submitting to? She's already submitting to her authority, probably, which is her mom and her dad, if they're together, or if it's her mom. But talking about a woman, like what do you mean? I don't even understand how this submissive word. I mean, that's y'all favorite word, is niggas.
Well, again, right, in order to be protected, right, meaning that someone has to be involved in your life, you have to be a part of that person's life. It's
Okay.
God damn it, Zena, stop. If most women, if 1 out of 4 women have been SA'd, and if usually the SA is coming by that of her own family, that is her community. So please tell me, how else is this woman supposed to be submit? That is supposed to be her protector, which is her family.
all skin folk and kinfolk, all right? And people can infiltrate.
All right, then you just proved my point. You just proved my point, bro.
No, I didn't.
You just proved my point. I'm done.
Wait, hold on.
I ain't got time. I'm not doing this.
No, I was gonna ask him real quick because maybe Mick can answer this.
I ain't got time.
Yeah. The question was, what are Black women protected from? Because he keeps saying that Black women are protected. I just wanted to know what Black women were protected from. Are we protected from? Are we protected from men's rage when we don't do what they're supposed, what they ask us to? Are we protected from? Are we protected from men's actions when they decide they want to leave the family and they make us in a hole?
Why does submission qualify protection? If Nick, why does she have to be? Why does she have to be in a relationship with me to qualify? Why does she have to bend her goddamn wheel to mine in order to qualify? If I see something happening to her, shoot, I ain't got nothing to do with me because I got to get home to my family back to BITCH because that's what I was. I was too afraid to do anything. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Yeah, because I actually wanted to ask that question too. What are the qualifiers of that?
Hey, Shannon, thank you very much for letting me up, baby. I'm going to go protect his feet right now so I don't tear up my sheets.
All right.
So I'm going to go be a protected Black woman by going and getting these feet done.
All right.
Hey, when you going to be my sugar mama, Joker? When you going to be my sugar mama?
Hit them DMs, you already know. But thank you very much for the conversation, y'all. And y'all have yourself a good Sabbath.
You too. Thank you.
I had a couple things I wanted to ask him. Like, I'm confused. Does someone not being submissive suddenly turn someone into a PDF file?
Yes.
Like,
apparently, yes. That's that. Hey, if you're not submissive, right? If you're not submissive and you're not in a relationship with me, you deserve for bad to happen to you. That's basically what these niggas be saying. That's basically what these. Let me stop saying ninjas.
A lot of the correlations that he was trying to draw really just shows the underlying thought process about Black women is that we are, actual objects. First thing he brought up, 304, pimps. Now anyway.
I don't understand but that's what they say. Like, right? Well, you don't qualify for protection. Huh? What are you Black?
That's actually a really good question in the comments. Somebody asked, right? Nana, I think it was Nakia. Please tell me if I'm saying it right. But she said, "Why does Black women have to jump through hoops, but everybody else gets a red carpet?" That's a really good question. Why do we have to jump through hoops and loops and go over the hill and through the woods just to get to grandma's house, just to get y'all to treat us right? Because even when we do everything that we're supposed to get right, we're still at risk of being abused. Even especially as children, we're literally told that if you be a good girl, you get good grades, and you do what you're supposed to do. You'll get what you like. Really, why? That's a really good question. I think that you should do a topic on that, Shannon. Why does Black women have to jump through hoops, but everybody else gets a red carpet to get treated right?
Because we're the originators of life, and most people don't like the original. That's why we sample and we remix it so we can put a new name on it. You understand? So when we see a 12-year-old little girl get arrested because they say she looked like a grown woman, or we see a 9-year-old get hemmed up by the police and unfortunately unalive, Tamir Rice, because he's playing at the park, but he looked, in their word,
they aged him up 10 years. Yeah, they aged him up 10 years.
Hold on.
Yeah, they age because, again, remember, at 9 years old, a young girl, in their mind, that you're a woman. That's how they classify us. You're a woman at 9 years old. This is what the white supremacists have done. So, again, no, it's not even a Black thing. It's an all woman thing because, again, before then, Neanderthals would knock us upside our heads and take us into the cave and just do whatever they wanted with us because it wasn't about, again, we're also using different words. We're using protection. Back then, we used the word called conquering. And the main way you can conquer any place is with violence or with sexual, level of sexual interrogation, essentially. So women are never protected, just like the guy said. I mean, even in his illogical thought process, the fact that a woman has to basically be submitting. So basically, I have to give up something for you to genuinely do what you should be doing as a human being.
I got a question because a dude said, what y'all mean us? So y'all trying to tell me that even back in the day before we got over, well, some of us were already here, but just contextualize from Africa, y'all telling me that Black men never did nothing evil in Africa?
No, absolutely not.
No, not you. It's dudes in the comments that said, what y'all mean us? Like, niggas, so are you saying Black men never did that?
Probably wouldn't be protecting a woman unless they would be getting some level of substantial tangible out of it. Real men don't ever ask that because real men actually never ask these questions. Like the way you were, your dialogue, you're not going against it. Why would I not help somebody who could possibly become a victim? Why would I not? There really is no explanation and excuse. I don't really need to do anything to help somebody. I don't watch Marvel movies because they're going to help me in the theater. No, they're going to save someone else's life because that's just what they want to do from their heart. They're not gaining anything from it. Literally nothing. Absolutely unequivocally nothing. So to not defend a woman, it's the basis on why a lot of women might say, okay, I don't respect the man. You want this from me. You want me to submit for you to protect me. Okay, well, I'm going to disrespect you. This is what I want from you. So we're both in the same boat. Because
okay, can I have a question?
Yeah, yes.
My nigga, hold on.
You said Black men don't protect Black women. Who raising these people to think? Who raising these guys to think like that? There it is. Who is raising them to think like that?
Well, what are the dads? What are dads?
The daddies is not in the home. They either dead in jail or they on the line.
They the dead. So you see, where's the community? Who runs the community though? Where's that black son looking for? Where is he looking? What is he looking for?
Whoever he look up to got the most money. That's who running the community.
And the niggas, it ain't the women. So if it's a black boy, it's
inside the home though.
Where's the dad? Where's the dad?
The dad is unalive.
You don't think most women are teaching their sons to respect their own mother, or that is a Black woman or a Black woman in general? So Black women are teaching their sons.
It seems like it's not working because we got a whole topic on why Black men don't.
Hold on, Zena, don't unmute. I love this. This be hilarious.
One important
I just give me. I want to cook. Now go ahead, Zena. Go ahead, ask your question. I love when they come in and say stupid stuff like this.
Yeah, no, because at this point they're just NPCs, and I love it. I love playing with the NPCs. So Big Cat, right? Let me ask you a question. So do you get influence within the world just inside the home or outside of the home as well?
I mean, basically, me myself personally, I do my own thinking.
Okay, so I'm not talking about thinking, sir. I'm not talking about thinking. I'm talking about right. If we go out into the world, right, and we interact with other people, right, and some of their thoughts align with ours, do we not also get influenced by those people?
Sometimes.
Okay, so then if you know, right? So say if you are that man that has daughters and sons, right? And you're teaching your daughters and sons to be genuine human beings, which at the end of the day, everybody grows into men and women. You just teach them how to be human beings. If you're teaching them to be genuine human beings, why are we not talking about the influences of outside forces that are causing these men to be degenerate to men and women?
I mean, the outside forces is whatever they see on social media.
It's not just social. It's not just social media. It's not just social media because if you
they do anything the rappers say do. Anything the rappers do, that's all they do.
Who?
They want to walk around with their pants hanging off of them. But just like the women.
It's not just social. It's not just social media.
Yeah, but the thing is, they'll say something to a man about walking around with his pants hanging off, but they won't say nothing to these women walking around here with shoestrings on.
Who won't say nothing? Who won't say nothing to that? What are you talking about?
Nobody gonna say nothing to them.
Who doesn't say? Who doesn't say anything?
I mean, they say something to the guys sometimes. I was in the store one day a couple of weeks ago, and an older lady said, "Pull your pants up, boy. What's wrong? Nobody want to see that." But then there's this woman right here, whole cheeks hanging out. She ain't saying nothing because she know she gonna have.
You give one example. You give one example. You give one example. So there were older women. We just had an example. There were younger women. So you want to give dumb examples? I could give up a whole bunch of examples too. Which I didn't even think it was this bad. It was some black girls acting up in the church, right? In the bathroom, trying to dance on TikTok and stuff. You had the elders come in and say, "Not in God's house," right? So this whole idea that women don't check women is non-existent. It missed me with this nonsense. You got women that talk about women's attire and all that stuff all the time. So don't give me no anecdote.
When it comes to them clothes, the young girls not listening.
That's cap. There's always older women. There's always older women have been hard-headed.
To somebody, they wouldn't come out the house like that.
Older women have always been telling younger women, right, that they should cover up. And I'm not even trying to play the whole respectability politics and stuff. I'm just talking to your example. Women have always been checking women. Point blank, period. No matter if they agree with it or not. There's women that tell women what to do and what not to do and all that. That still goes on today. So miss me with this nonsense, bro. And I don't even care about a woman's clothing. Here's why. At the end of the day, a woman is not a threat. I'm saying I don't care for right now, but let me cook. At the end of the day, a woman not a threat to a man. Point blank.
That's true, but the fact is, they telling them that because they know them. You ain't gonna just walk up to somebody and tell them to put some clothes on. You ain't gonna walk up to no young girl and say put some clothes on.
They're all women. Okay. All right.
Ain't nobody gonna walk up because
Straight cap.
Actually, they do.
Straight cap. That's cap. Just witness it. Just witness.
Yeah, I literally used to walk out. I still do this. I literally used to walk out in a two-shirt and jeans on a regular basis, just going out and doing my errands. And men and women would tell me, "You need to put some clothes on. You don't know how these men are looking at you. Why the fuck should I care what a man is thinking about me?" Because at the end of the day, most people know that they do not. People who want to harm or who want to grape women are not going after women who are dressing provocatively. They're going after people who look modest because they see them as less of a target and less attention is upon them. This is statistically true, and you can also see this in Arab countries.
I just don't understand. Like the statement holds weight. Hey, black women are not protected. I don't understand, bro. It don't matter if the motherfucker wear a hijab. Do you know how many women in Arab countries get? You know what? I don't want to go down the road. I don't want to defend nobody. I mean, offend no one. But you know.
No, speak the truth.
No,
Seriously.
I don't feel like dealing with you know.
We live in a world full of confusion. Like, we need to hear the truth, like, because it's getting draining.
Yeah. So I don't understand why he came in high like this.
The reason why I say that, hold on real quick. Yeah, Kev, you got an echo, bro. The reason why I say that is because I am an ex-Muslim woman. I was literally attacked and raped while wearing a hijab at 14 years old, which is one of the main reasons why I am not an ex-Muslim. Why I'm an ex-Muslim. I'm also the same child when 9/11 hit that I was literally beaten to unalivement and put in the hospital for like 2 weeks because people really thought that it was the Arab people who were going around bringing the big boom booms to children. So this literally is something, not only is it based on my lived experience, but it's also based in statistics that I look at in Arab countries. Because if we're having these conversations where if women would just dress modestly, then there wouldn't be no rape. When there are literally countries full of women who are dressed modestly and are still getting raped. Let's not do that. Can we go back to the top of the how Black women not protected and not talk about their clothes? Because at the end of the day, y'all motherfuckers will rock around with y'all pants hanging down all the way to your knees. And when people tell y'all to pull it up, y'all don't want to. Oh, well, this is just a fashion statement.
I don't get it.
Go back to the fucking topic.
So, Big Kev, I got a question.
But wait, so can I just say one thing? I just find it funny every time that this beautiful woman, up here on the background, y'all still, not y'all, but niggas still ain't saying nothing about this beautiful woman who was set on fire, allegedly. I have to say the words alleged, but I'm a wink.
No, he did it. It was on camera. He sprinkled that whatever was in that bottle.
There's a video now?
It's on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie. Unfortunately, I watched it. He stood at the corridor of the closing doors and had a bottle of whatever it was and sprayed it on her, and then had the nerves, the gall, to take his hand and try to fan her and stand there.
There's a video. Wait, time out. There's a video now.
There's a video. There was a video of her literally on fire, standing there, and then collapsing to the ground as the assailant was standing there trying to fan her as if it wasn't the person that just.
No.
Stuff like that. You can't watch it. You can see the
no.
her body falling, like whatever was the dust. Basically, she was burnt to char.
No.
That's why she was literally white as snow on the ground because her body was completely charged. Like her coat, everything was falling off her body as she was standing there. So it's not a video you want to actually look at because I never want to see anything like that ever in my life.
Are you sure? This one, Ashanti, this 23-year-old, you talking about her? Are you sure that's not
the lady that was burned on the subway?
No, that's not. No, ma'am, that's not. Okay, we're not talking about that. This is not the same lady. We're talking about Ashanti. It's not the same lady. You're talking about a different case.
What now?
Huh?
This just happened yesterday. The one lady that was asleep. Oh my God.
No, I'm talking about this. This right here happened on the 16th, right? This right here happened on the 16th, but it's just now getting major coverage. This 23-year-old woman was walking down the street, and she was burned to the second and third degree, and she's in critical but stable condition, right? But it's just now getting massive coverage. At first, they didn't know who it was, right? But now they suspect it was him, this black man by the name of Jamie Griffin. I can't pronounce that middle name, y'all. Jamie Griffin. So she's alive, but she ain't gonna never look the same.
She'll probably never be able to walk again.
His middle name is pronounced Razia. Right, Razia. That's what it's
I'm sorry. Allegedly, YouTube. Allegedly. Everybody allegedly. Wink. Allegedly. Okay.
Allegedly. So he's allegedly a foreigner. So a question for the guys, because this is a question because the guy who did that to the lady on the subway was also a foreigner. For the men. Now we're speaking about, oh my God, us not being protected as women. How do you feel when the news channels promote BLK men as these heinous, violent criminals, when we see right now in 2 studies that there are black foreigners that are committing these crimes against your black women? How do you guys feel about them putting that on you? Because now it's just lumped in as you guys committing these crimes, and it may not be the black American men harming us.
Is he a foreigner?
How do you feel about taking that on your back? To blame for it.
I don't know if he's a foreigner, man, but
I mean, in my personal experience,
I don't know if you can just go by the middle name, but I mean, I that would be a good question if that was part of the topic. But I don't think he's a foreigner. But he could be. I didn't even factor that in. I'm gonna have to go look up who and where he's from, but I don't think he's a foreigner. But still, just to the point, like, I don't know. Like, again, this beautiful woman is up here, and the niggas have not addressed. They don't even come in and say, first of all, I just want to say, man, it's a horrible case, bro. But I believe black women are protected because of still this X, Y, and Z. You ain't even addressing a woman. I find that funny every time. Every time. I mean, y'all ain't even said her name. Y'all ain't even said her name.
Hey, first thing they say, well, maybe if she was actually with her man and she was being submissive, maybe she would have been protected. Like at this point, the only NPC I'm gonna say that does not have no type of that doesn't have any type of anything is Lily. That is my good friend. But at this point, a lot of y'all men are NPCs at this point because y'all say the same goddamn thing every time y'all come up on a panel. Please don't come with something different because submission is not the topic of the conversation.
I just think I don't know. Maybe y'all just don't like the fact that I say black women are not protected, and that makes you hurt. I never said protected by, you know what? Even though I believe that they're not protected by black men, a lot of the times, I never specifically said black men. I just said black women are not protected. You can factor in a whole lot of issues that's going on that specifically target your group of women. Oh, let me not say your group because y'all niggas say that, black women are not ours anymore. So whatever, they're the white man's and stuff like that. All right, whatever. All that BS. So again, black women, right? Y'all ain't even addressed that. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Now, what you say, Jay?
For me?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything.
All right. What's going on?
Topic is very interesting. I was listening. I'm listening. I believe it's kind of true and it's kind of not. Black women are protected to some degree and then not to some degree.
What are they protected from?
I say, me, I know myself, like when I see certain things in the street that just don't sit right with me, when I see certain people treat them certain ways, like I react to it. I know I'm one of those.
But I'm sorry. I don't mean to. I don't mean to do that. I know people have been using anecdotal examples, and we're not going to do that anymore. I don't care about me or you or anybody being one man about how we feel and our moral obligation. I just want to know black women as an entity or a collective group. What are they protected from?
To be honest, without even pandering, we're not really protected from anything. Like that's the only answer without adding extra nuances and individual lifestyle. Like, no, we're not protected from anything. We're not. It's period. It's sad, but we're not. So that's what it is.
Can you answer that, or you don't have nothing?
I wasn't really thinking that far. I was thinking more from like a personal perspective.
Why would you not think that? Why would you?
The people I surround myself with, we all carry ourselves pretty much the same way. So I can only base.
Why would you not think of it from that? If I address the systemic issues that they face, if I address that majority of them are essayed by that of their own family members, right?
Yeah.
I don't understand how you could then try to use that's like me coming up here and saying, well, shoot, I protect black women because I call out harmful rhetoric from black men, but I'm just one man that's doing it. We don't even protect black women from online rhetoric that come out of a lot of these men's mouth. And then when a guy like me does get up here and does it, nigga, the men call us simps and panderers. So what the hell? Why would you not think about it in totality? Why would you just try to say, well, the man I am? I don't care about that. Not to disrespect you or anything, but that doesn't matter.
Because I feel like a lot of those men are guilt tripping off of the bad men that are out there that they try to save face by projecting that level of dialogue. Well, I didn't do it. And it's like, okay, well, great. If your voice was loud enough, like all of the men in the world would be amazing, but we don't care about your individual. If you're doing God's work, more power to you. We're talking about the narcissistic psychopaths that are out here committing heinous crimes against women, especially Dr. Downey. Because guess what? You were a great man, but guess what? You're the one great man that might have been down that street. But guess what? There were 17 others that didn't stop this guy, Mr. Griffin, from lighting this girl on fire. So you might be great, but guess what? There's a bunch of other men that was on that block that didn't help her. So that's what we're trying to get to. Thank you for being great. Now let's focus on the other 90% of the men in the world that are doing the wrong thing, because those are the men that did this to this girl Ashanti, and she might not be here next week on Monday. That's the real situation. So you can protect your mom and your sister, but that's not enough.
I'll even give them grace. I'll even give us grace by what she just said. Let's say that there were no other men around, right? What about the times when we are around? But go ahead.
I mean, you're gonna have a percentage. Like you have a small percentage of guys, and I mean, compared to a large, you could do an 80-20. You could say 20% of guys are pretty much what it is that you're looking for. And then when it comes to the protective aspect, then you can have 80% who's not. Same as females, you can have 20% of women that's
Women.
participate.
Women.
Yeah.
On both ends. Come on, we can't.
No. Just say.
Listen, you gotta listen first. You don't even know what I'm about to say.
I'm listening. I'm asking. I'm correcting you on the verbiage that you're using. I'm literally correcting you on the verbiage that you're using. Women, we're not females.
You didn't even get a chance to
females.
finish
What are we talking about?
Jay, let me explain what just happened, right? The term female was referred to black women because they were experimented on, right? You know, referring to females as bitches, right? You know what I'm saying? They were experimented on. So the word female doesn't fly over here. I get it as a man that we still use that word, but just say women to have, you know, a little bit of respect, right?
I know disrespectful to use that word. I'm born in '86, bro.
It's all good. Just say women. So women.
It's kind of like a woman your age wouldn't go around calling you bro, like how the young girls do nowadays. Most guys would not appreciate
all that's new to me.
It's just disrespectful.
I got you. So just say,
I just use the English I grew up with for the past.
That's fine. We understand. We understand it. Now go ahead. Explain.
Did you not grow up with the word women? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay, then use it.
Zena, to be honest, a lot of us haven't, right? I even learned that from y'all. A lot of us did hear females. So I'm trying. So even me, I had to unpack that and learn that. So
yeah, because you know what I mean. When I see most female, I usually see those terms a lot, so I say them a lot.
All right,
you know?
All right. So no need to keep going and just explain your point.
All right, so my point is basically, so if you do find somebody who basically says he has no problem with protecting them, and then seeing how y'all really respond to that one, maybe I'm not the other 99% or whatever y'all talking about. Like it sounds kind of crazy, and it makes you wonder, like, should you even protect this? Because it's like, all right, you do good, you know, like you protect this and that and that, but what about the rest? All right, what about what I just said? All right, there's another rest of the 20% of us that's out there. We're scattered all over the place. Maybe if I chill and listen, and then have some decent relationships, and maybe, like, I don't know, the relationship between man and woman will change, and maybe there'll be a lot more protection. Because
are you doing it because you care or because you want validation?
No, it's because I just feel like it's natural to me to do so. I can't stand to watch certain things. Like if I see like a female treated a certain way, of course I'll step in and say something.
Zena is gonna take some time.
I mean, excuse me, my bad. A woman.
Take some time.
Yeah, excuse me, my bad. Like I said, like I'm a woman. All right, if I see certain things, you know, I step forward. Yo, I'll say that to her. Yo, you can't do that. And I have no problem doing it. And I don't know people in my circle that's like the same way. The dudes I roll with, like they're not gonna stand there and watch certain things happen either. So I'm saying, like, don't just be like, all right, you do this and you all right, and all right, maybe you do that on your end, but what about all right, what about me and my piece? All right, start somewhere. Don't jump down the throats of somebody who's trying to do his thing, just like me, just say what I do.
But you still ain't answered my question. Like, what are Black women collectively as a group protected from?
Being on the street.
Nigga, I'm sorry. How are Black women not protected from being on the street?
Yeah, because if it wasn't so separated and so women are so stronger than men and this and all that, they wouldn't need the public assistance and all that other crap to be able to survive. It would be a stronger unit between the two, like it's supposed to be before all that came into play. Yeah.
Okay, so can I ask you a question, Jay? And this is, I know nature. I know nature. Listen, I get it. I want to do the same. Nature, please wait. All right. And also, I'm gonna just tell you right now, there's 135 of you beautiful back bones in here. I don't know why y'all not tapping the screen. We need to get to at least 50K so that we can say on the FYP. Nature, please don't do it yet. I just want to ask this question, and if you're still being obtuse, then I'll wash my hands at this point, right?
No, that is crazy.
All right. So Jay, right? So who was public assistance made for?
It was made for basically for the people in need. For most people.
the main people who were in need of it were who?
Whether who was needed or not, who benefited from it, and who got what from it, and under what circumstances.
Okay, so what I'm trying to get to, right, and I'm gonna walk you through it, right? So when did Black women and Black men get the right to vote as a whole?
As a whole, I believe, wasn't it at 2 different time periods? Like
It was. I'm talking about as a whole. We're not going to talk about in like 1865 or something like that, right?
1964 between 1969.
You're right. So as a whole, right? All right. So government assistance as a whole came in when?
When that came in around the late 60s, early 70s.
No, it did not. It did not. So government assistance came
into effect.
It came into effect in the middle of the Great Depression, which is around World War II.
Right.
That it is true. I've literally done this. Did the research on this. So government assistance, such as like housing and alimony and all that other stuff, came around in like the 1930s when the men decided to abandon their women en masse, and this is both Black men and white men. And so because the women were not able to have their own bank accounts, to have anything other than the men help them with stuff like that, they came to government assistance. But even a lot of those women were not even able to get on government assistance because they still needed the men's signature to even get on those government assistances, which men were not wanting to do because they were abandoning the children and the family, right? So if we're going to talk about, right, if we're going to talk about women getting on government assistance and kicking out the man, which at the end of the day, that men in the home rule only lasted in 5 states for 4 years. Can we talk about why the men are leaving for those women to go get on government assistance?
For one, they wasn't just leaving. They was getting ahead.
So you think a woman? Wait. So you think a woman who has an able-bodied man who is upholding his vow to God and their family is just gonna outright just kick a man out of the house simply because she just wants to kick him out, especially if she's taking care of her and the children? Are you really think that? Like logically think, like really think about that.
I'm thinking about that, and if you would let me answer that.
Okay, go ahead.
You gonna let me? All right, now I don't think she would, and for one, I don't think a lot of men would just leaving their houses. You gotta remember, they was feeding us drugs. We was getting our behinds kicked down the street.
Illicit substance, please.
Bitten by dogs. We were getting arrested for nothing.
Who the fuck you think you talking to? You're not gonna shush me. I was literally trying to correct you on saying illicit substances. That's not gonna happen here. You can come back up, but you ain't gonna do that. Don't do that with me.
Hey, excuse me, host. I appreciate you letting me on the panel. I'm gonna jump down. Somebody can take my place. There's a lady named Miss Net that wants to speak. If you want to let her up, it's up to you, sir.
That's a bad man. You have a good day. Appreciate you joining.
All right, take care, man.
You
All
too.
right.
All right.
I'm not in my feelings. I'm just not about to sit here and let nobody disrespect me when I'm literally trying to correct the saying that he said.
So Miss, hold on, wait.
I was saying.
I want to hear this. Miss Met says that you are making up history.
I'm making up history. How am I making up history, Miss Met? Can you tell me how?
Let me say this, okay.
Mute Net.
The suffragette. Okay. The suffragette movement was in 1920. White women got it.
Okay, so the suffragette movement.
Let me finish making my point. White women used Black women to get the right to vote. They didn't get the right to vote. We didn't get the right to vote in 1966. So that's history. With Ida B. Wells, Mary Bethune-Cookman, I know my history. You don't. So do I.
I do know my history. What you're not gonna do is you're not gonna come up here and be condescending with me because I wasn't condescending to nobody. So we're gonna go into the context of that history, Miss Med. Yes, the suffragette movement was in the 1920s. However, women still did not get the right to have their own bank accounts until 1974, ma'am.
I understand that, but what
1974. Okay, all right, you can understand that, right? You can understand. So you can also understand. So you can also understand. So you can also understand that around the 1930s, around the 1930s, right, Miss Ma'am?
Okay, that's not what you said. And if I could finish making my point,
I did say around the 1930s, that's when government assistance came around. That's literally what I was trying to say. Like, okay, well, so what's your point then?
listen, let me finish making my point. If you gonna claim to know history, because I have an issue with that because I know the history of black women because I'm a black woman. Okay, we invented almost damn near everything this country use. Okay, I don't need to tell me nothing about no black women. Everything this country use, damn near we use it. We invented it.
Okay. All right, cool. So I get that. We have been the ones that have been around in this history, have been used for everything, including our labor, our wombs, our cells. Did you know about Henry Lex? Did you know? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Did you know? Did you know?
Wait, time out, Zena, because if y'all wait, time out.
Let me finish making my point.
Time out. Let it get out of the chest.
Okay, I'm a retired teacher. Just retired in May. 25 years. So you're not gonna tell me more about our history, about black women. I take pride in our history. I also take issue with people that don't tell the correct history. Whether Karen or you. We're not getting the right to vote until 1966. Same time black men could vote. White women always been able to vote. They always use us to get what they want.
No, they did not.
They do.
I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about them using them for us for them. I'm not talking about that. They have never had the right to vote until 1919, ma'am. It's the 19th Amendment. It's the 19th Amendment, ma'am. They have never had the right to vote until the 19th Amendment, which is in 1919, ma'am. I know my history. You're not going to come up here and be condescending. No, because you're not going to come up here and be condescending to me, and I'm literally just having a conversation with people, and you want to come up here and try to correct me about the history of how black women are when I know the history to a T. Just because you feel like I'm saying it wrong doesn't mean I don't know my history.
Zena, you got to give her a chance to finish. And if she says something that's inaccurate, just rebuttal it later. But you got to let her get it all out.
Yes, let me finish making my point. Gloria Steinem, we all know who Gloria Steinem is. If you don't know who Gloria Steinem is, she was one with the white feminist movement that used black women to get all that banking account and all that stuff. She later apologized for that stuff. The white feminist movement is what this stuff all came about. That's why she asked you one question, co-host, and I'm not going to come up here to argue. Well, what do black women need protection from, and who?
What do black women need protection from, and who?
I'm asking you a question, yeah.
I think they need protection from the group of men. I think they need protection from the systemic issues. I think they need protection from, basically those. The systemic issues that they place in their group of men.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Who created these systemic issues? Have black men ever had any power in this country?
No, they have power over their women, though.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. Let me finish making my point, man.
You are on point.
To interrupt anybody.
I'm so sorry, but you are on point. Everything is just
finish.
Yeah, I know.
When have our men ever had any power in this country to have power over our women? When?
Because they're the head. You still participate in the patriarchy.
Okay, I know about the headship. I have a husband. I had a daddy. I'm asking you. You said systemic issues. Okay. Yeah. When have our men ever had any power to govern over our men or women? When?
In the patriarchy, you always had it in this country, in the establishment of this country.
So let me. Who is?
So I get what you're trying to say. You're saying the white man participate in the white man's rules, in the white man's system. You still have the power.
We don't make those.
It doesn't matter. You're participating in it, ma'am. That's what I think. That's the disconnect. That's the disconnect. But okay, so again, if the patriarchy says man over woman, basically in anything, man laws, man this, that, you still have the power over woman. It doesn't matter who created it. You participated in it. You are still a man.
You don't have full power over something unless you establish it.
And they have full power over.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is, I'm gonna come down.
Mm-hmm.
Black women don't want no protection because all I hear people saying is, how can you protect somebody that keeps saying they don't want no man, need no man?
And there it goes. They didn't
asking
say
you a
that. They
question.
never said that they don't want a man. Need a man is different.
Sir, I've been hearing that. I'm 49 years old.
Black women ain't saying that they don't want no man. There it is. There it is, right there.
Listen.
No, let her finish. Let her finish. I
I've
got
been hearing that stuff since I was a kid from black women.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want no man, need no man. I've been hearing that for a long time. So what are you talking about?
I'm talking about exactly what I say. Want a man. So the average woman wants to be in a relationship with a man. The average woman, as a collective of black women, want a loving and healthy relationship with a man. But I don't need a man. It's not bad. I don't need a man. Why would they force to say I don't need a man?
We all need somebody.
Oh Lord Jesus Christ.
Lord,
Lord Jesus.
Do you need Miss Man?
Jesus
Wait, no,
Christ.
wait, Miss Man. Do you need somebody? No. Hold on, wait.
Let her ask me. So Zena, you got Zena, chill. So man, you're saying,
aren't you a husband? You married, right?
yeah, I'm married.
You take good care of your wife, right?
Yeah,
You look out for her, right?
yeah.
So you taking care of her and making sure she take care of herself. That's the point of you taking that she needs you.
But she don't. Because before I even came a part of her life, she had it all together, right? She had it. She got her own money. She got her own house. No, I'm just playing. She got her own money. She had her own success. She had her own everything. She don't need me for survival. My wife don't need me.
That's not what I'm saying to you. What I'm saying to you is, you all need each other. We need each other.
Oh my God.
No,
I don't. No, I don't.
Y'all, this idea that you want a man, but then I don't need him, then don't want him.
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
So, hold on, wait, because Shannon, this is why I really
No,
feel
come
like
on. Does wanting and needed make you qualify? So are you saying that you have to want and need a man to qualify for protection?
I'm asking you about protection. When you say you don't want nothing and you don't need nothing, then why ask for it?
Well, first of all, they're not asking for it. I'm just saying, if you see something happening, do I really need to assume that this is a woman or a person that says, I don't need a man? And because some black women say, I don't need or want, never heard the need and want thing, but if I don't need a man, right, that they shouldn't qualify for the protection if harm is happening to them? That don't make no damn sense. I need to assume that black women as a collective, right, have this mindset. So therefore, if I see something happening and I can do something about it, do not intervene because black women don't qualify for protection. Is that really what you're going to sit up here and say as a black woman?
I'm not saying it to you. I'm asking you a question. When they say they don't want protection or they need protection,
they never said they don't need protection.
Okay. So what I'm saying to you is, what do they need protection from? That's what I'm asking you.
Other harmful groups of goddamn men, the systemic issues that they face. What are we talking about? They need protection from those type of incidents or those type of things. They need protection from men like this in the goddamn community. Matter of fact, sometimes they even need protection from other groups of women.
So let me ask you this question. Are you obligated to protect other women besides your wife?
As my moral obligation, yes.
Well, okay, so
I'm not.
Who did you sign up to leave and cleave to? Other women or your wife?
My wife.
Exactly.
What does that mean, though? What the fuck does that mean? If I see, so I think you think protection, right? Yeah. My thing is, right? My thing is, if I see harm being happening to a woman, right? I don't have to say, I don't have to intervene with my life. Mm-hmm. Protection is not just physical. And I think that's where you're going. If I see something happening, call the police or scream. But I think y'all thinking protection is, so I need to intervene.
Don't assume where I'm going, because I understand about protection stuff. Mm-hmm. I've been married a long time, so I'm not just talking about no intervening and stuff. But I'm saying, who did you sign up to your covenant with, your contract with?
Okay.
My first my first covenant was with God.
Hold on. Be interrupted by this ignorant woman.
Hold on.
Okay. No, I want Zena, you can't keep interrupting the woman and letting her not speak.
But she's being intellectually dishonest right now, and I don't like that. And you know, I don't.
We even clean. We even clean.
I'm having a conversation. Let's put this young man. I'm
Mhm.
not being disrespectful to him. He's a black man. I have respect for black men. I'm having a conversation with him. I'm trying to understand his topic, so we can come to some type of
Well, my
resolution
thing,
about his topic.
okay, so my thing is black women are not protected from other
Mhm.
groups of women. Pick me behavior as well, right? We have black
What's a
men
pick
who
me?
we have
What's a-
don't worry
What's a
about it.
pick me?
We don't worry about
What's
it.
a pick me?
Don't worry about it.
No. Let's explain it. No.
No,
Explain it
don't
to
worry.
her. So
Don't
explain it to her.
don't. No, I ain't gonna explain it.
What's a pick me?
We'll explain it later, right?
You.
A male-centered woman, right? A male-centered woman, right?
What's
But
a-
again,
what's a
so
male-centered woman? You. No, I'm not male-centered.
that's
I'm
why
feminist.
that's why I didn't want to go down. That's why I didn't want to go down.
To the exclusion of the health, mental well-being, and the health of other women. Yes, you are. Because anybody has to ask what someone should know. When some woman has to come up here and ask why another woman should be protected, when you have the story in the background, yes, you are. I
Hold on,
feel bad.
Nathan, time out. Hold on.
You see what the context of this live is, and your ass came up here, your old ass, if you want to say it, because I'm old right there with you. I'm just a year younger. Gonna come up here and ask, what should women be protected from when a man try to burn a woman alive in front of somebody?
What time out? Let me handle this for like about 3 more minutes. That's about as much as I can take. So I just said that they should be protected from
That's the definition real quick, but that's the definition of a pick me, a man being a pick me, a dangerous ass woman where other women are not safe with them, nor are little girls. You are the definition of it, the very definition of it. You.
So Miss Met, what?
You are the one that is
Nathan, you gotta let me.
give a fuck about other people, and you're sitting up here asking these nasty ass questions when that background showed you that a woman was almost burned to death because somebody felt that her life wasn't of value and she shouldn't have been protected. But your weird ass comes up here asking, "Well, what do you mean? What should they be protected from?" I don't know. Maybe people that want to try to burn them alive.
Nathan, wait, time out. What is your question? What is your question towards me?
No, I answered the question. You want to pick me.
I'm not talking to you.
Well, I just said the pick me.
You and about you.
What you say? I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say? What's a pick me?
A male-centered woman.
What is a male-centered woman? Can you explain it to me?
That makes her whole identity about catering to a man and his needs and his wants, his attention. Everything she does is for a man.
Listen, this idea that just because people are not feminists does not make them no pick me.
You ain't gonna hold on, wait, no, nature, hold on, nature. It's not about people not being a feminist. At the end of the day, I'm not a feminist. I'm a womanist, right? And when it comes to me being a womanist, right? Basic history, girl, so I don't get a bunch of women. Hold on.
We gonna reset. We gonna reset.
Have a nice day, host.
We gonna reset.
You all right?
We gonna reset. Hold on.
So real quick, right? The reason why I have such animosity for women who
Hold
think like her
on.
is because these are the same women. Hold on.
Hold up. Y'all take a breather. Y'all request back up. We take a breather, but we're gonna take a breather, man. Just get everybody get about 10 seconds, 10, 20 seconds, bro. Oh man, that was crazy. Y'all, just take a breather, man. Take a breather. Hold on, Zena. Just mute your mic for a second. Nature, just mute your mic for a second. Let's just take a second to to think about everything that just happened. Now, I was about to answer that woman's question. Yeah, I think your first priority should be to your person you married to. That doesn't mean when I see harm that I shouldn't say anything, right? And I don't think this idea, because some women say black women, I mean not black, this whole independent and I don't need a man. And I've never heard that I don't want, but maybe some are saying that, but I don't want a man, right? Means that they disqualify for protection, right? That doesn't make any goddamn logical sense. You can't assume. You see something happening to a woman or anybody, you shouldn't assume based on rhetoric or anything that, well, you know, shoot, I'm gonna just let something happen to it because black women say, I don't need a man, so I ain't gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna call the cops. I'm not gonna yell. I'm not gonna try to break up anything. You don't have to intervene and lose your own life. But if you if you can stop something from happening by yelling or saying something or calling the cops, anything, then you have a moral obligation to do so. Or you just a dick, right? You just a dick. So I don't know what me cleaving to my wife first has to do with protection. If we are a community of people, that we always want to talk about community. We are a community of people, then freaking try to say something or do something without. I get it. You could lose your life, but there are forms of protection where you don't have to lose your life. Draw attention to the situation. Hey, stop that! What y'all doing over there? More people will turn and see what's going on. People will get involved with. You know what I'm saying? Do something. But man, my goodness, that doesn't make sense. And you can't be, and then you can't be no man of God or no good man. You take God out of it for a second. You can't be no good man and then sit back and let shit happen. That doesn't make any sense. So black women not even protected from black women like that. Because I got to get back. That's that bitch nigga shit, right? Not to curse, but that's that bitch nigga shit. Not her, not calling her bitch, right? But that's that shit that niggas say. I got to get back home to my wife. Well, go back home a bitch. Go back home a coward. Go back home with blood on your hands and blood on your thoughts. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. I got to get back your first priority. Shit, okay, something happening to your daughter, but guess what? Your first priority is the wife. Don't try to stop your daughter either. Don't try to help your nieces. Don't try to help your freaking your mama. Don't try to do it because guess what? You got to get back home a bitch, right? AKA male-centered talking points. Male-centered talking points.
Okay, so just real quick, Shannon, because the fact that this woman came up and said, "I don't know anything about my history," are you sitting here talking about how they are resting? Was actually out there protecting men and women, right? Are we going to talk about Angela Davis, who was also out there talking about protecting men and women, and these are the same people that fought for our rights for us to be able to vote in 1966? Although, right, the act of us voting was codified in 1965, right? Right. We're actually going to talk about this history because I do know my history. And I'm going to speak on my history. If y'all going to actually come up here talking about how the men were kicked out of the home in 1970 something, whatever, y'all need to go back into where it actually started, which is in 1930s, please. Because y'all are not speaking the full context. Y'all want to go to the 70s because a lot of y'all either have husbands, brothers, cousins, sons, uncles, fathers who were around that time to be alive for that. But they were not talking about the context. They weren't also talking about how they were out there abandoning their children to go make new families. They weren't actually talking about how literally they sat here and while the government pumped in those illicit substances, that they picked up those illicit substances and were selling them to women, children, pregnant women, and even the elderly. Are we actually going to talk about the context? I like to stay logically consistent. And the reason why I have such animosity to women like her is because these are the same women that are out here telling these young girls that they need to be quiet when there's a man who was touching them that is 30 plus years older than them. Or when a young boy is at school pulling their hair and pulling up their skirts. Oh, well, he just likes you, baby. Don't worry about it. Well, we do not. And this is the exact thing that Joker was talking about. How women are not even safe around other women. She's literally the exact example. She goes around on these lives when it's talking about black women need to be protected. We're talking about because she is literally a male-centered woman. She is a grifter. This is what she does. She grifts and when she does not get her way in her grifting, she feels like, oh, I don't need to be here no more. No, ma'am, you're just mad because people are not about to let you sit here and grift and ask dumbass questions. What
you mean she grifting? You know that woman?
Yes, she goes around in a lot of these spaces. She hangs around people like Guru and
Lord. Okay, so black.
She's very comfortable in those spaces, and the reason why Mike wanted her because he knew her in these spaces.
Because
Because a lot of these men, when they see like Mrs. Men and some of these women who are pick-me women, they want to come up. They want to let the quote unquote feminine woman come up and speak these same talking points because you're not really gonna go and have a back and forth with them because you are a man who does respect women.
y'all.
This is why me and Nature were coming at her the way that she did because one, I know how you are as my host. You're not gonna go back and forth with women. But me and Nature, we have no problem doing that.
Y'all know what's funny? Guru trying to get this thing started on YouTube. We got like 20,000. Guru back on TikTok. I guess the YouTube money just not enough for him. That nigga, let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever seen Guru address any type of situation like the one I'm addressing? Fuck no, you haven't. You know what that nigga doing? Trying to be the next Kevin Samuels. I never knew that nigga.
Guru is also the same guy that told me because I'm bisexual, right? That I would be grooming children to be bisexual, but at the end of the day, children are not what I'm attracted to. I'm attracted to grown ass people. I like women to sit on my motherfucking face. That's what I want. I don't want no children. So for someone to slander me like that, I'm always gonna have smoke for that man. I'm always gonna have smoke for Dr. No Job as well because he said the exact same shit.
Guru.
So yeah, I don't have sympathy or anything for pick-me-ism. I don't have sympathy for men who out here telling that women need to be submissive because that's the only way they're gonna get protection. Absolutely the fuck not.
Black girl. So y'all, I apologize. I said goddamn. I said, what the hell are you talking about to the older woman? Got a little bit off the square. It happens. It happened. I try to respect my elders, but at some point, bro, gotta let them have it too sometimes. No, but anyway, hosts, don't let anybody come on your show and say what they want to say is a red flag. Yeah, I just be trying to see if there's some goddamn understanding. You know what I'm saying? But now to know that that's the side of the page where she be on, that's crazy. I be trying to get some understanding, right? Because I just don't understand it. Where y'all keep saying stupid stuff like because some women, right, are saying I don't need a man qualified for protection. Did this woman not qualify? Right now, but again, we don't know if there was anybody else around this woman. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if there was any other men around this goddamn woman. I don't freaking know that. But damn it, did she qualify? Yes, she did. You don't know what this woman's backstory is, and she was living with this nigga. And then when I said that the biggest threat to a woman is her freaking partner, y'all niggas never argue that point. Most women lose their life to their husband or somebody that they know, nigga, the friend or a family member.
On that, if that's all right.
Can you speak? What you say?
I agree massively. Femicide shows the statistics of over 50% of unalivings done to women by men is from people in their household, men in their household, etc. But I also host lives where I talk about these things, and I've had several men come on, claim to be good men, but never show any example of them protecting. They say our roles as men is to protect and to provide. Then they have no money, and they say I refuse to protect any woman that's not my own, whilst being single. So basically, they have no role to fulfill in their life. And I've had even a man on my life say, oh, I witnessed, he said he was a good man before he told me this. I witnessed a couple and the girl said something bad about the guy's country. So he smashed glass in her face and he was towering over her body. And he said, I just walked away. I said, well, you didn't even call the police? He said, no, it's not my business. I said, well, then you're not a good person. You just let that girl out.
It's not my business. That's crazy. See, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, his first priority will be the wife he never had, right? And that's what they say. That's what they say. I don't disagree. I keep trying to tell y'all. Oh wait, what Big Kev trying to say? Big Kev was up here saying some nonsense. Yeah, Big Kev was up here saying some. What Big Kev? Yeah, you said you wanted to speak, my G.
I mean, it depends on a situation. Like I know they're gonna probably get upset at me, but you have to think for the long term of what's gonna go on. If you hit that man the wrong way and you accidentally unalive him, you got a whole problem. If he unalive he got a whole problem. You still lose. If you get unalive or if you hit him the wrong way and you go to that place, you got a problem.
That's self-defense.
Wait, why the numbers?
That's what they say. But you know, they'll do something else. Anytime you see all these guys getting out of prison for kind of crime that they commit, they'll do what they want to do.
What?
You can't say that's self-defense because they want to look at it like, was that man harming you? Was he
You understand the laws in court.
I'm gonna tell you a good story of a case I was in.
Nah, I don't give a fuck about no anecdotes, bro. I don't care.
And he on the line.
I don't care about no anti-fucking-dotal situation. I don't care.
I'm just saying, you be real.
I don't care about anecdotal situations. I don't care about your homeboy. You got the. I don't care about you. I don't give a fuck about your kids, right? I don't care about none of them situations, fam. The statistics show, right? The statistics show when we talking about this situation, just in this situation, right? This is situation. Majority of the time, it is a woman to lose her life to the partner. It's never flipped. It's never flipped around. The numbers don't even out. It's never. If y'all want to give me something that is on both sides, give me something to where the freaking numbers even out. Give me something. Give me anything statistically where the dang numbers even out when it comes to a man doing harm or taking a woman's life. Historically, statistically, today, anything. Give me something that actually says that women are the goddamn problem. Something.
I mean, now, I'm gonna ask the lady something on this panel. Now, I'm around somewhere or somebody around somewhere and see your son. Now, this your son unalive somebody. Now I'm the only thing standing away from him and him going to prison. I'm the only thing standing in the way. Now, do you want me testifying against your son? I never met a woman say a year.
Yes.
What the fuck? Yes.
If my son is
You the first woman I met say yeah.
absolutely yes.
Now, y'all the first woman I ever met say yeah. Because I talk to women all the time. I say, now, if the situation occur like that, do you want me testifying against your son? Give him a life sentence? I ain't met a woman say yeah.
What does that have
They all just tell me no.
to do with you choosing to not do anything about something that you see being done
I mean,
wrong
if it's a
to
person I know, if it's a person I know, but if it ain't a person I don't know, I mean, I can't really jump in somebody's business and make it on
You
the
gonna let her answer the question? You gonna let her answer the question?
What question?
I said you gonna let her answer the question. Go ahead, Jazz. Go ahead.
You make no sense. It should not be just because you know someone. That means you have no.
I'm gonna get to the wrong. No, I'm gonna keep.
I don't even know what the question was. Hold on, real quick. Hold on, John.
Hold on, wait.
I didn't hear the question. I want to answer too. I didn't hear the
I
question.
don't even think it was like Jazz, bro. If you gonna Kev, if you gonna ask something, bro, she gotta be able to respond. Because then we're gonna have a whole nother cycle of what happened last time. So please, I don't care if you hear something that you disagree with. Can you just wait? I promise she not long-winded. Go ahead, Jazz.
One either, by the way. Let's not forget that. Anyway, I don't think that you should need to know someone to do something about something. You do not have a true moral compass if you can't understand that. That would be no different if you saw somebody come and snatch up a child because you don't know that child personally or you don't know their parents. You're not going to say anything. You're not going to wonder where they're taking this child. Should I call the police? Should I follow this person? Should I make sure this kid is okay? How can you say you have a moral compass if you have to personally know someone and have a personal someone to do something about it? That's their behavior, plain and simple.
Now you talking about a child and a grown person.
No, it was a dog.
A child is a different story.
You said wait, time out, Kev, because we gonna be honest here. You asked if you saw her son. You asked if you saw her son. So of course she's saying that it's still a son. It don't matter if it was a goddamn boy. It don't matter if it was a goddamn teenager. It don't matter if the nigga 23 years old. You said son, okay? So it's still gonna be a child to the mother always. So please just keep it contextualized. You know what the hell she's saying.
Okay. No, I asked her, do she want me testifying against her son to get her son a life sentence because I'm the only one saw what he did. Now, I never met a woman yet. I never met a woman yet.
My son did it.
You the first person I ever met told me.
Time out, man. Hey, fuck all that. Why are we even here?
I don't believe that.
Why are we here? Why are we on this, bro?
If you encounter women that said they would not want you to testify against their son, if you saw them firsthand unaliving someone, those women are not women that know anything about accountability. I would want my son to be held accountable because number one, he clearly needs help. Number two, my son ain't never gonna be caught up in no bullshit like that. However, if he was, I would want him to be held accountable, because if that happened to my child and somebody witnessed somebody do something to my child, and
never
maybe
stick to the
my
sound.
child, I would want somebody to speak up. I would want justice for my child. So yes, I would expect you to testify against them, because that's what people with integrity do. That's what people with compassion do. That's what people who understand the difference between right and wrong do. Plain and simple. There's nothing to even negotiate about it. It's crazy that you're trying to rationalize not doing shit.
Oh, that was the question? Oh, hell yeah. I want somebody to speak up against my son. I have a son, and I agree with Jazz. If it was my son and they did some BS like that, like unalive somebody or hurt somebody or even rape somebody, absolutely, you're going to get held accountable. Don't come to me talking about, Mommy, they lying on me. Mommy, they did this. No. If you did it, you better take accountability for your actions. What the fuck? I'm not about to sit there and call myself.
Exactly. And if I saw it, I testify myself.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. If it's Big Kev as the witness, I don't want him saying shit because he's gonna get it wrong. My child gonna go to prison for defending himself. Hell no, don't say shit, Kev. Don't say not a goddamn thing, because you're gonna say it incorrectly. You're gonna stutter, do something, make him look guilty if he was protecting himself. You gonna have my son going to prison when he was trying to protect the woman that you weren't trying to protect. Absolutely not. Stay out of it.
Not a baby. Can we also talk about how there's actually a story of a woman who coddled her son against all these women who were coming?
What's that? Sorry, Zena. What am I hearing?
No, but honestly, like I just find it funny. The prompt, the trash nigga, and the beautiful black girl that will never have her beautiful skin again. And I hate to say never like that.
That was my background noise. That was my background noise.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't trying to.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I was like, I know I'm not going crazy. I was hearing something.
My background
So
noise.
Kev, I don't understand what's up with these deflecting situation. Like, goddamn it, we got a clear sentence right on the background. It's always something, nigga. Well, what if the guy? Hey, I'm gonna talk how you niggas talk, cause y'all be disrespectful. I'm gonna just say that. What if the bitch do this, and what if the bitch do that, and then what if she say this, and then if I saw it, it's like, goddamn, can y'all stick to the damn like situation, bro? Tell me how you think black women are protected or aren't, and then, bro, address this beautiful girl who would never have her skin again, please, bro. Again, none of you niggas have not said her name, Ashanti Downey. By the way, she does have a GoFundMe.
Like any guy who comes to the defense is equally as capable of doing the crime.
Was that the one in New York that got burnt up, or that was somewhere else?
No, this was the one in North Carolina who got burnt up. This is by a 23-year-old nigga who apparently she was living with too, which would prove me right that, you know, usually when things like this happen by someone that they fucking know, the good man, right? The good man. Where the fuck are the good men? Can anybody, actually, we'll start that live tomorrow or something.
Okay, so real quick, I wanted to point the story out. So we're going back to like the coddling thing, right? There was a woman that was coddling her son, and protecting him from these women that were coming out with allegations of him.
Oh. All right, we're taking out the game. I'm done. Listen, I'm done. I tried. Oh, and YouTube, I did send the link. I don't know. I had started, like I said, to call in, click here. It was right here. It was sitting up though. But yeah, like I guess none of y'all wanted to call in today. I'll probably be back on later. Probably be back on to tomorrow. Well, later. I don't know yet. This was interesting. Bruh. I swear, these people here, bro. I ain't even know. Wait, am I aware that what? I ain't even worried about, you know, all that other stuff that was said, that nonsense that was said on the live and stuff like that, bro. These dudes get on my nerves, man. They really do. And I'm sorry that y'all got to experience this, man. Like, you know, hey, whatchamacallit, she got a GoFundMe. Right, and they raised over $87,000, man. Y'all go check it out. All you gotta do is type in the case, and then they got the GoFundMe linked. You can find this on CBS17.com. Yeah, if you go to CBS17.com and and click on this story, they got some letters in blue that talk about the GoFundMe. Oh, actually, I think I shared it yesterday on my last live, but let me see. Sad, man. It's just sad, bro. They raised over 90,000. Bro, this is so sad, bro. She never gonna look the same again. She never gonna look the same again. But anyway, man, I had fun. This was fun. I'm finna end this and get back to my wife and relax and finish this fast. And this the longest I ever went without eating or drinking. So I'm breaking this mug at 12 though. They say when you fast, it's best to do it while you're busy. So I decided to hop and chill with y'all for a little bit and just try to show love. But like, man, that was crazy that older woman tried to say that. I ain't trying to be disrespectful to her or nothing, but like, I didn't mean to curse her, y'all. Like, I didn't cuss her out. I said, what the heck are you talking about? It kind of slipped out. But man, we be doing so good, and then it's always that one dude, yo. I tell you, I'll be trying. It's always that one man that come in and just deflect, and then it starts a chain reaction, right? Next time we probably gonna. I'm telling you, bro, I'm probably just gonna have to start talking to women, and hopefully, and men will just have to sit on the sidelines and listen, because a lot of these niggas don't be listening. A lot of these men don't be listening, man. They just don't. And then when it comes to niggas, to dudes like Black Guru, I made Black Guru a promise, right? Because he said that we had a live before I got active on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, he said something. He came up to me and we got talking. I said, you know what? I'll keep your name in my mouth unless somebody else brings you up, right? I said I won't hold no more lives about you and talk bad about you. So I've been keeping it real with my promise, and I ain't go. Let me watch this. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all a taste of what Black Guru be doing, man. Because I think he on TikTok right now. I think he on. Let me see.
Why are you showing your little body off in these
This
pictures?
type of stuff he say.
I went to the beach.
Why you got an attitude? Why
Watch it.
are you showing your little body off in these pictures?
I went to the beach.
Why you got an attitude?
Oh, I know. I'm looking for something.
I just asked you a question. I asked
No,
you.
I don't have an attitude. I'm looking for something.
Oh, you clearly got an attitude. I already heard it.
Oh, well, I apologize.
This is what they do. He gaslight women, right? You ask a stupid question. Why are you showing these pictures off on your Instagram? She says she's at the. Why are you showing your body off on Instagram or whatever? She just says she's at the beach. Let me hear that again. Watch this. He's a gaslighter, and all he does is
showing your little body off in these pictures.
I went to the beach.
Why are you showing your body off in these pictures? You're looking at beach pictures, fam? What do you mean? That don't even make sense. This dude wants to be the next Kevin Samuels. Everybody wants to be Kevin Samuels. It's like, why, bro? Why can't y'all just be yourself? Just be yourself, man. But anyway, I had fun. Y'all have a good one. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be back.